champions, champions of Europe finally. History made in Istanbul. The treble complete.
History makers. For the first time ever, an English club have won 4 titles in a row.
Good afternoon, Blues! Welcome back to another typical City watch-along. Premier League football is back. The last game we were here doing a watch-along was FA Cup football against Plymouth. Tonight, or this afternoon rather, we're against Tricky Trees. Nottingham Forest are the opponents today, and I think it's going to be a really good game. I'm genuinely buzzing for this one because I can't call it. I'm going to go 2-1 City. What is your predictions? Get in the chat and let me know what your predictions are for this game. I see a low-scoring game because one thing I didn't mention in the preview was Nottingham Forest have conceded 10 goals this season at the City ground. 10. That's it. You know, so to even go for a 2-1, you know, what's that, 10% or what? I don't know my maths there. Whatever, the 10% or so of their total number of goals this season that they've conceded would be scored if we even if we score 2. So yeah, we're in for a tough test today with Matt Sells between the sticks for Forest. Again, he's on course for getting Golden Glove this season with the most number of clean sheets. And a lot of the focus has been on Forest's goal-scoring ability this season with Chris Wood going toe-to-toe with our Viking god, Erling Haaland. With 20 goals to Haaland's name, Chris Wood getting 18, you're thinking, yeah, what a player they've got. But they've sorted out their other end of the pitch. I do feel like they've been lingering a little bit. They've started to peter out a little bit in recent performances. Definitely. They did get that draw against Arsenal, which was a solid defensive performance. And it was the same formation that they've gone with today, because I thought they were going to go with 3 at the back today. But Manchester City have made some interesting changes. 2 changes in particular. That are different from my preview, because the preview I had was I got 9 out of 11 right. The 2 players I focused on the most actually have been changed by Pep Guardiola. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed not to see Marmoush today, who's on the bench. A bit gutted about that, but I'm not gutted to see you guys in the chat. How's everyone doing? Good to see you. Vice was in here nice and early having a little chuckle at something. I don't know what, but it could be the that little trailer that I did. Maybe you were chuckling at that, mate. If you were, I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate. Afan, hi mate, how you doing? Narukt, also having a chuckle. It's got to be the trailer then, I know, because nothing was happening other than that. I appreciate that, Fotty. Thank you very much. Like you said, Mr. Jonny, I will always watch every watch long. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. Big up, Church. Good morning, fellow Blues. I feel like it's a little bit presidential, that, isn't it? It's like, good morning, my fellow Blues. It's like, it's kind of presidential a little bit, and I do like, you are Church, aren't you? So, I mean, everything. But anyway, what's the word of the day? Megalithic? Church. Megalithic. I don't know what that means. I imagine it's large. Some sort of big, I think is what you mean. But what are you saying, James? How you doing, mate? City to win 4-2. Megalithic, still chuckling. We go down by 2. Then we wake up by 2. Jesus, what a game it's going to be if we go back down by 2. We've gone down by 1 on 19 occasions this season in the Premier League, James. So, by 2, why not, mate? Why not? And 19 times we've been the first to concede in games. We've got to stop that next season. I mean, this season, I wouldn't be surprised to see it continue. Next season, that's not how you win Premier League titles. That's exactly how you finish where you are right now, in 4th, you know, and scraping around for Champions League spots, because we want the big trophies next season. But here we are, fighting for 3rd against Nottingham Forest, which it's going to be such a good game, this is. It's going to be such a good game. The sun's shining as well. Early kickoff, sun is shining. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I'm absolutely buzzing. SVG, how you doing? I think we should play the kids, because this game will be a cakewalk for the Blues. But there's no arrogance there whatsoever, mate. And we've not played the kids, thankfully. Pep did not get a little dose of arrogance in his breakfast this morning, because we're playing a fairly strong team, the team that I'm reasonably pleased with. But I'll go on to that shortly in a minute. Mr. City supporter, 9-0, lots of confidence, 9-0 to the Blues he's gone with. Phil, how you doing, mate? Good afternoon, Johnny. Good afternoon, everyone. Tricky game against the Tricky Trees. But I love that. I don't even know why I think it's because they're tricky to beat. I think that's why they're called the tricky trees, because they're tricky to beat, I think. And that's not something new. I think it might be to do with some sort of fan name as well, to do with some sort of fan forum or something like that. Or maybe a magazine or something like that. Anyway, good to see you, mate. Someone says, oh, would have loved to seen Cover today. Me too. That's what I'm going to get onto shortly. A bit gutted about that. Barry, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Adriana, you as well, mate. How you doing? Good to see you. Rosa, Marmouche joined City just to sit on the bench. I doubt that, mate. I don't think he did. But he's on the bench today. I think he'll be one of the first names on the team sheet next season. I mean, hey, we've got options. We've got options right now. Marmouche, Foden. I would have gone with Marmouche today, in all honesty. I would have gone with Marmouche. But Foden's got the know-how. He knows what playing at the City ground's all about. He's got maybe that's what Pep's thinking is. Arguably, though, Foden's had one of those seasons where you don't know what Phil Foden's going to turn up today, do you? You've no idea what version of Phil Foden is going to turn up. But make sure you're hitting that like, everybody, as well. If you've just tuned in, and consider subscribing if you're new. And if you're interested in becoming a member, the link is in the pinned comment at the top of the chat. If you're interested in supporting the channel. Lucian, 3-2 to City, and wish my mum a happy birthday tomorrow. Love her. Happy birthday to your mum, Lucian. And it's International Women's Day as well. So big up to any women that are watching in the chat. It is International Women's Day on your mum's birthday as well, Lucian. So it's double day, double respect to your mum, Lucian. Hope you're doing good, mate. Mohammed, yo, I live in Nottingham but support City. Oh, mate, I bet you're going to get some Nottingham Forest fans giving you a bit of shit then. What are you doing in Nottingham, mate? There's a good university there, I believe. And maybe that's why you're there. I don't know. Murlog's gone 3-1 City. Good to see you, Murlog. You, Paul, good to see you. Let's thrash these guys like the Newcastle. There's a bit of a gap there between Newcastle, but it's a Newcastle. I wonder why they're called Newcastle. I never actually figured that out. I'm sure someone was going to tell me in the chat. But anyway, moving on. And I hope to speak to you guys as much as possible in the chat. Good to just spotted Jeff there. How you doing, Jeff? Morning, everyone. Ready for a relaxing Saturday morning with some coffee and the typical City family watching City win together. I'm feeling it, Jeff. I'm feeling it, mate. It's probably, what, about 7:30 where you are, isn't it? There you go. Jad's answered the question. So where's everyone watching today? Because I'm curious to know with a 12:30 kickoff. I know the guys in the US, you guys have got to get up quite early, haven't you, to watch this? But I'm sure some of you, it's going to be stupid o'clock in the morning for some of you. So I'm curious to know where you're all watching from as well. Elements watching from Belgium. Autonate is in Ireland. 1:30 here in Pranav. So you're not too bad then, are you, mate? You're not too bad. 6:30 for Adrian. Blowing out, that's an early one. Beyond the Cosmos in Bosnia. Big up Ed in Jekko. 5 p.m, that's normal. Australia, what time's it in Australia? What is it, 24? Is it 12 hours? What's the gap? I never actually know. I know it's ridiculously different time zone in Australia. It's the most opposite time zone that we possibly have, I believe. See, that's a great time. That's a perfect time to kick off. So you must love the 12:30 kickoffs. And my Gramps room at 4:20 in Mauritius. Well, I don't know where that is, Fafra. Don't know where that is. Austria, not Australia. I bloody did the Australian accent for someone last time because I misread it. And someone's watching in Jamaica. Big up. Your new feud's watching at 7:30. So where are you then, mate? James is watching in Virginia. I saw your question before, actually. You're asking if I drink tea or coffee. Is it Africa? Jeff. No, Jeff. The Geography Encyclopedia Jeff. Big up, Jeff. Is it really? I didn't know that. Never heard of it, mate. But no way. Big up to Africa. And North Korea as well. Blooming heck. 9:21 p.m. I love the specificness, mate. 9:21, not 20. 21. I love it. And Jason's watching in India as well. No way. It's good to see so many people all over the world watching, man. But James was asking if I drink tea or coffee before. I don't know why I'm so interested in answering that question. But it is a question that I want to answer. And I'm going to answer it right now. I drink both, actually. And I've had just one cup of coffee this morning, actually. I normally have I drink Earl Grey for the sophisticated taste palate. Bit of a posh tea, to be honest. None of this builder's Yorkshire tea. I'll have a Yorkshire brew with 12 sugars, please. I like my Earl Grey, just like... I do put a bit of milk in it, though, so, yeah, that kind of spoils the Earl Grey a little bit, because you meant to have it with no milk, with a splash of lemon. That's how the proper Earl Grey connoisseurs drink their cups of tea, but I have it with a bit of milk. But anyway, let's have a look at the team news as well, because I think it's... good. The back four was very predictable. It's exactly what I thought Pep would do, considering the potential threats coming down Nottingham Forest's left-hand side. With what's going to be today is Nico Williams at left back, and Hudson-Odoi is probably going to be in front of him. He's tended to play on the left when him and Elanga have both been playing, with Elanga on the right. So Nunes and Husanov are going to be the right side of our defence today, which is very speedy, very quick. Husanov has got the know-how of defending one-on-one situations, loves to tackle. Nunes is probably going to be tasked to come forward a little bit and also be tasked to do some one-on-one duels, which worries me. That's the area of his game that worries me more than anything, because I don't think he's very good at one-on-one defending, as we've found out more than one occasion this season. Husanov tends to go flying in, but when Husanov goes in, it's like, I might not win the ball, but I'm definitely going to get the man. The man is getting wiped out, mate. So I'd rather do that. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to go flying in, make sure you take him out as well. If you're going to you've got to make sure nothing, a free kick or you win the ball. You know, it can't be like going flying in and then they skip past you and you've done nothing and you're just completely caught and you're out of your position now and they're away on goal. You can't have that. So Nunes has got a job on today. The left side of the defence is going to be Diaz alongside Husanov and Gvardiol at left back. In front of them, it looks like Bernardo Silva is playing in defensive midfield, probably tasked with a bit more of a number 8 role, pushing forward when we've got the ball and dropping when we don't, alongside Nico Gonzalez. Pleased with Gonzalez. Bernardo Silva, I think he would offer a little bit more creativity than Kovacic, but I don't feel like this is the game. I think that's a bit overly attacking for me, because I think this Forest side with Gibbs White, Elanga and Hudson-Odoi and Chris Wood in front of them, Gonzalez on his own, defensive midfield, has got his work cut out for him today, because Bernardo Silva, he's not shy of a tackle. I just feel like Kovacic was the one to go with today, because I felt like that balance is just right with Gonzalez and Kovacic for this game in particular. But we'll see. We'll see. Savinho on the right, Doku on the left, Foden looks like he's playing in that number 10. Bit of a free roll for him today behind Erling Haaland. So Foden, we need a big game from Erling Haaland and Foden today. We absolutely do. Okay, up True Blue. How you doing, mate? Good evening, Johnny. Happy with the team. Shame no Claudio Echeverri. Yeah, he's not even on the bench, mate, either. So I had a feeling he was going to be slow and steadily introduced to this. Yeah, that's a naughty boy. You're a naughty boy, Upal. Or Upal, if that's how you pronounce it, mate. Which class have you missed? Because it depends if you're missing a really important subject or you're missing one that you can catch up on another time. Big up Amazing Duck. How you doing, everybody? Will Edison be able to withstand against Wood? We'll see. We'll see. I mean, he might not have to if we don't give away any stupid chances. Because who remembers the game at the Etihad, where we were very good for most of the game, but at 1-0 up, Kevin De Bruyne, who got man of the match, scored a lovely goal. I'm sure he got an assist in that game as well. And I gave him man of the match. I think everyone gave Kevin De Bruyne man of the match. But who remembers, before Kevin De Bruyne scored our second goal to make it 2-0, it was Kevin De Bruyne who played a ridiculous back pass to Chris Wood and sent Chris Wood through on goal in a one-on-one situation. And I'm pretty sure he either missed it, Chris Wood, or Edison got a little fingertip on it and saved it. I can't remember whether Chris Wood missed it or not, though. He might have missed it. And we got away with that one, big time. And Kevin De Bruyne got away with that one, because we could have been talking about a very different result. And that result was right bang in the middle of... We were playing some shocking football at that time. We were losing game after game, and all of a sudden we beat Nottingham Forest, who were third in the table at that time. Well, I think they were third. They were elite. They were playing better than they are now. And they're still third right now. But will they be fourth in, 93 minutes time, plus maybe a couple extra minutes? But yeah, big up everyone. The teams are out, about to get warmed up. Well, they should already be warmed up, actually. But There you go. Have some of that. Have some of that. Just a little bit of a pre-kick-off gift from Typical City. Hope you enjoy. And, yeah, teams are out. So, come on, City! Let's be having them. I need to get that Delia Smith halftime team talk. And I bet people wonder what the hell I'm talking about. Delia Smith halftime team talk. So good. So good. I need to play it at halftime. I need to play it at halftime. I definitely do. Where Delia Smith comes on. It's so funny, man. She's pissed as a fart, man. Absolutely shit-faced. Just comes on. Her eyes are like, her lips like up, like that. Kind of like Carlo Ancelotti's eyebrow, but it's a lip. She's like that. Oh, where are you? Where are you? Let's be having you. That's so funny, man. To the Norwich City fans, and it's so funny because it was City that she was so pissed and pissed off that City were beating her Norwich City side that she came down and grabbed the microphone and started shouting at the fans. Oh, that's so good. Oh, buzzing, mate. Big up, Gramsay. How you doing, mate? Welcome to the Typical City membership club. Appreciate that, mate. And you picked the big one as well. Legend. Thank you very much. And Jeff as well. Legend, mate. Absolute legend you are. Random question. I have a cologne collection and I'm wondering if you wear any and what your favourite is, if so. It used to be, everybody used to be Davidoff Cool Water, man. Everybody used to wear that. It's kind of dead now, that, isn't it, really? It's quite convenient that my favourite is actually called Dolce & Gabbana Blue. Manchester City. We're blue. So it kind of works out. And I didn't pick it because it was blue. I just like it. Dolce & Gabbana Blue. But Cool Water, man, it was a classic. It was a classic. Everybody was... Big up, Molly. Ode Etihad. Oh, okay, I'm getting a note of wood shavings and cat piss. Ode Etihad. Can just imagine that. That's more of a wine tasting connoisseur that I just did there, really. I don't think you do that sort of lingo when you're reviewing aftershaves. But anyway, game's about to get underway. Come on, City. That's it, Christine, with a hint of pie. And farts as well. There was a guy when I used to sit at the Etihad. He just there's someone, and we never figured it out. I sat in the same seat for. I had 3 different seats when I was at the Etihad. Once with my parents before I learned how to drive, and then once I learned how to drive, I was like, "See you later, Mum and Dad." Drove off to find another seat and sit with a friend of mine so I could, because you don't want to swear in front of your mum too much, do you? You want to show your mum some respect and not be going, fuck off to the away fans. I wanted to do it, but I didn't want to like disrespect my mum too much because she's not like against swearing, but you shouldn't swear in front of your mum, really, should you? Anyway, I got the opportunity to do that, and then I found one at the final seat that I got to sit in. There was a guy every game, like every 10 minutes, he was dropping the stinkiest fart, man, and everyone was like, "Who did that? Who did that?" And no one ever figured out who it was. Anyway, let's go. Come on. It's going to be Forest to kick us off. Hope this clock works, by the way. I've not tested it. We're going to find out in a minute. Game underway. Clock. Are you doing your business? Good, it's working. It's probably a second behind. There's always a little bit of a delay with that clock. City wearing this kit as well. Well, not this kit, the modern version of this kit. Come on, City. I'm loving this game already. Just the sunshine, just the eye candy that's on show here. Just the nice bit of sunshine, the kits. Football is being kicked around a large patch of grass. It's what you want to see on a Saturday afternoon, isn't it? It's what you want to see. And Nico Gonzalez getting stuck into an early challenge there, taking no prisoners. Didn't really connect with the ball. Oh, Savinho. Oh, he's fouled, mate. Already, that's a yellow card. That's a yellow card. Don't give a shit if it's 40 seconds in. Chris Kavanagh. That is a yellow card, mate. And he's not doing it. Savinho's just done him. And he was away. Savinho down the right wing. That's a yellow card. And this is what referees do, don't they? They tend to just like, oh, is it early? Oh, if it's in the first minute, you can kung fu kick someone in the face, no problem. After that, then you'll get a yellow card. It doesn't matter what time it is. It was a yellow card. And Doku on the left, I'm excited to see him today because I swear to God, he has been unplayable recently. Foden down to the byline. Early ball into the middle. Haaland at the back post and it's cleared by Murillo with a vital bit of defending. And here come Forest on the counter-attack. Hudson-Odoi coming the other way. Guys, make sure you're hitting that like button, everybody. And it's gone out for a City throw. Is that clock still working? It's such a dodgy little clock, this is. It always bugs out. It disappears like, oh, it's been a bit dodgy at the back there from City. Nico gone, or is it Nunes rather? A silly back pass from Nunes and it's gone out for a corner to Nottingham Forest. Early silly sloppiness from Mateus Nunes. You thought Kusanov was there, but he wasn't there. Played it blindly and already Pep Guardiola is visibly concerned because he puts his hand on his forehead and rubs his eyebrows and looks a bit concerned. Corner to Forest. Come on. What are we doing? Ball in near post. Good header. Who's that? Who was that at the near post? It was Nico Gonzalez. Ball in again and it's out for a goal kick. Edison looked to go quick there, but Ruben Diaz almost got in his way. You got OCD with sending you a super chat every watch along, Micah. Nah, mate, I appreciate it very much so. Big up to your mental mind state of having OCD that it ends up benefiting me massively. So I fully appreciate that, mate. Big up, mate. Thank you very much. You've been following for ages, mate. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. I'm good, Han. How are you? It doesn't feel right. It's a Han Solo. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. The creator's thinking 3-1 City. Yeah, dodgy start. Forest coming away with it as well here. Hudson-Odoi. He's got Gibbs-White inside him. Gets out to Anderson. Nico Williams. Back to Anderson. City done well there, actually. It's been a bit sloppy from City, but Forest haven't really punished us. And then they've slowed it down, City, and they've got Forest back to the halfway line at least. But it's quite a high line from City here. Kasanov's got to come out here and defend Nico Williams to prevent him getting that cross. We're out of shape here. We've got Nunes now at centre-back and Kasanov at right-back. Get back out there, Nunes. Hudson-Odoi with Nunes to beat. Ball in. It's cleared by Ruben Diaz. Strong start from Forest. City haven't really done anything in the game other than a little moment from Savinho going down that right wing where you're thinking we could have been away there. I feel bad that what's up with Stuart Pearce, by the way? Let me know in the chat because I just saw a get well soon Stuart message on the board for Nottingham Forest. Obviously a former City player and City manager and more of a Forest legend, to be honest, isn't he? Spent a lot of time at Nottingham Forest. But what's wrong with Stuart? Did he really? Did he really, mullet? Bloody hell. When was that? Oh, fucking hell. Get well, Stuart, then. Hope he's all right. I completely missed that. When did that happen? No way. There's Gvardiol some defending to do there, and he's done it. He's got it away, but 5 minutes in, and the referee's doing something here. He's already saying stop. I think he might have seen a potential handball. Now, get on with the game. It's hit right in the nipple. Right in the nip. No chance. Get on with it. Olaina with a strong throw and then a cross from Anderson is over everybody and out for a goal kick to City. We get a chance to breathe a little bit there because that was 5 minutes of Forest just... yeah, pinning us back at least. They weren't killing us with any chances or anything like that, but they were certainly dominating the ball and getting into some dangerous positions out wide. And I think he's been quite brave today, Nuno, with the formation, because I thought he would have gone with 3 at the back, because it tends to be the tactics against Erling Haaland, so you wonder how much space that he's going to get. Because I remember after the match against Arsenal, Nuno said, Why did you go 4 at the back? You've been playing 3 at the back recently against Brighton when you won 7-0. And why have you gone back to 4 at the back? And he said, because Arsenal don't have a striker. So why should I have 3 defenders looking after nobody? You know, there's no one there. He literally admitted that, like, which was quite open and honest from a manager, which I think is quite refreshing, to be honest. But today, there is a striker, and his name's Erling Haaland, and he knows very well how to find the back of the net, yet he's stuck with 2 centre-backs rather than 3 centre-backs, which I think is a little bit risky from that point of view, but we'll see now, because we've got an opportunity to come forward. Savinho, ball out, leave that for Bernardo Silva, thought about leaving it. Nico Williams has kept this alive and eventually got it cleared, nodded back in. And it's cleared by Ola Aina, but Gvardiol's picked up. And it's a sloppy ball from Gvardiol. Oh, it's given away to Haaland. Haaland shot! Oh, he's put it wide! Didn't get much power on it. He wants a corner as well. So does Bernardo Silva. Sloppy from, I think it was Dominguez, on the edge of Forest's box. Or was it Chris Wood? Might have been Chris Wood. Got caught on the ball there. Haaland just nips in, pickpockets him. And then a right foot effort. Doesn't get much power on it, Haaland. And it clips the calf of Murillo and just goes wide of the post. And you're thinking that was going to be 1-0. Haaland didn't really connect with that very well. It was on his weaker foot. But yeah, good. And Jeremy Doku with some strong defending there, getting back and stopping Ola Aina coming forward and absolutely snapped him. Oh, nearly kicked that over. Big up Dedication TV. Thank you very much for becoming a Typical City member, mate. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, mate. Pearce was on a flight when it happened too. Plane had to divert to get him back to a hospital. Sounds rough. Jesus, man. Oh, poor guy. Hope he's alright, man. He's a proper big music lover, Stuart Pearce, isn't he? His nickname, for anyone, I imagine most of you do know, but his nickname is Psycho. I don't think he likes it. Because he's like, off the football pitch, he's the most non-psychotic man you could imagine. Like, he loves reading, he goes to lots of music concerts, and he's a big fan of Shakespeare, which is not very psychotic traits, really. Do you know what I mean? Like, but on the pitch, you can see why he got that nickname. You can see why he got that nickname 100%, because he was lethal. There was a tackle. I made a short on this channel with the top 5 worst Manchester City tackles. He was in one of it. It wasn't actually him that made the tackle. It was Danny Tiatto who made the tackle. And it was unbelievable. Here's Bernardo Silva. But once Tiatto floored this, I think it was a Norwich player, floored them. And Norwich have come up in this stream quite a bit, haven't they? Which is a bit weird. Anyway, it was a Norwich City player that got floored by Danny Tiatto, and Stuart Pearce comes over, and I swear he like spits at him. Like, that's not ideal, is it? Oh yeah, Savinho, ball in, back post, cleared by Ola Aina, and Haaland was waiting. Doku has picked it up on the other side of the pitch, looking to get that ball back into the box. Jeremy Doku with a bit of shimmy onto his left foot, ball into Foden. Is he going to get onto the end of it? And Foden, it was a bit of a deflected pass from Doku. And it's gone back to Ederson, but City on the attack again, if we can get this ball forward quickly at least. But yeah, Stuart Pearce was just like screaming in this guy's face who's just been like elbowed. I'm sure he was like out cold, and this Stuart Pearce was just like shouting at him. So yeah, that was a bit psychotic, to be honest. But I mean, regardless of that, I mean, that's football for you, isn't it? I mean, it changes people, football. It changes people, like your mannerisms, like how you behave. Ball out to Savinho's over hit. Who did that? I'm not sure who did that. Savinho's not happy with him, whoever it was. But yeah, it brings the worst out in people, doesn't it? Football, and the best, but also the worst. Definitely brings the worst out in me, and also the best. But Pep's not happy. He looks very frustrated on that touchline at the minute. He looks cool though, doesn't he? He looks cool. Got to be one of the most fashionable managers in the league, ain't he? Got to be. Foul that, isn't it? Yeah. Forest with a free kick in their own half on Hudson-Odoi. Guys, make sure you're hitting that like button if you've just tuned in. 2-1, mate. 2-1. What's yours? What's your prediction? Yeah, I think he's our best option right now, Bertie. I think, yeah. Ball in. It's going to be Edison's. Yeah, he takes it nicely. Gibbs White as well. We've got a bit of history. No Rodri today, but he got Rodri sent off last season, didn't he? Gibbs White. Well, Rodri got himself sent off, to be honest. Really. Gibbs White was the wind-up merchant, but Rodri... Gibbs White threw the fishing line out, and Rodri absolutely bit, didn't he? He bit. What are we saying? Bertie's gone 1-1. Mullet's gone 0-0. 3-1 Han Solo. 4-2 GG blocks. Sagnick with a 2-1 win. 3-1. 8-0. Good to see you, Isa. How you doing? I'm curious what Cover did to fall out of favour. Can't just be fitness, can it? Though, thought he'd start today. Same as you. 2-0. Me too, mate. Yeah, so, I don't know. You're right. He's just suddenly stopped playing, hasn't he? And I think Pep wants... I think he sees Kovacic as a workman. And I think he sees Gonzalez as a little bit more of a workman as well. And I don't think he wants two workmen in there. He wants one technical player, one that's a bit more of an agile player, one that's a bit more on the technicality side and the vision side, the pass, the creativity side, the eye for a pass. I think Kovacic has got an eye for a pass, by the way. You know, and I think Nico Gonzalez has as well. But Bernardo Silva's probably a touch above them both in that regard. He always seems to go for one or the other, doesn't he? But so far, Doku versus Ola Aina at the minute has been an interesting battle. And Ola Aina's done all right against him. Nico Gonzalez with the shot! Oh, what a fucking rasper that was! An absolute thunderbolt from Nico Gonzalez, just past the post. Oh, that would have been what a goal that would have been. The power he got behind that then. That was a rocket. An absolute rocket. The people behind, the Forest fans behind them, the goal just absolutely shat themselves. Has he hit the post? I think he's hit the post. I thought it hit the other post. You know, the post that holds the net up behind the post, the one with a bit of padding on it. I thought it hit that, but it actually clipped the post. Oh, no. No way. What a shot that was from Nico Gonzalez. Ola Aina against Doku today. I'm looking forward to this battle because I think Ola Aina's been a very good player this season. I think I know he's been targeted by City. Ball across to Haaland. Oh, Haaland with an absolute whiffer. It nearly benefited us. It nearly ended up being a sublime through ball to Phil Foden. He mishit it that badly that it p-rolled between a Nottingham Forest player's legs and nearly ended up sending Foden through onto the penalty spot. But yeah, Haaland with a first-time effort from Savinho's cross, by the way, who suddenly decided to come over to the left side while Doku was on the left side. And here come Forest. Ball in to Anderson. Is he going to keep it in? He has. And then the control from Gibbs White lets it run under his studs. And not Gibbs White, sorry. It was Nico Williams. Here is Gibbs White in the middle. Offside, is he? Ball in. Kusanov with a strike. And a fucking foul as well, ref. He's not giving it. It's a throw into Forest. But Anderson to the byline then. Look dangerous. Not much, Ryan. Not seen much of him. He's well offside as well, man. Sort your fucking linesman out here. What's he playing at there? It's a throw into Forest in a dangerous situation here that we've got to defend. But 30 seconds before that, he was miles offside. Ball in. Piss off. And Edison collects it. It was poor control by Chris Wood. 2 bad touches from Chris Wood. Isn't he a City fan? I'm pretty sure he's a City fan, Chris Wood. Which is mad. Not much to speak about Ryan at the minute. He's not done much in the game. And I don't think that's through any fault of his own. But the ball's just not really worked its way to him in the middle of the park for City yet. So I think he keeps moving out a little bit. He's down here by down our left side now. A little bit in Doku's way, to be honest. But he's trying to open up some gaps in the middle and trying to find a pocket of space. But so far, no joy for Phil Foden at the minute. Guys, make sure you're hitting that like button, please, if you can. Massively helps. Jeff's having a coffee, mate. He's having a chill and a coffee. He's watching, I believe. He might be finishing his coffee. He might be having a poo. That's probably what it is. If he's having a coffee, an early morning coffee, always is followed by an immediate poo, isn't it? So let's give him some space, Bam Bam. Just give him some space. Pick up, Jeff. How are the sweets, mate? Hope you're enjoying them. Is it me or does Pep look absolutely fuming every time the camera looks at him? He just looks like not even angry. He looks just upset, like not happy with what he's seen at all. Well, you might not be liking the video today then, mate. Vardiol wins the ball there against Elanga, then gives it out for a throw-in. I don't think he had much options, really. Knob. Right, come on. This is getting a little bit lack of goals for me. I want to see a bit more goal mouth action. Not much to speak about for either side, really. More City in terms of a goal threat. Crosses that have come in have been a bit dangerous. And then, of course, there was that Haaland chance that he scuffed on the edge of the area after picking the pocket of Chris Wood. Not anything for Forest to get too excited about. A good bit of passages of play with possession in midfield, but nothing really like a genuine chance or a moment for City to panic. But that's been Forest. They've been very pragmatic this season. They've known when to defend and known when to attack, picking their moments wisely. Forest have this season. So we could see it again, where we just have a lot of the ball like we've got now. Great ball that from Vardiol into Núñez, who's worked his way into midfield and he's now drifting over to this left side of the pitch. Man on, mate, he gets it into Doku. Well played, lovely little football, that great football between those two. And Vardiol getting involved. Doku gets it back. And then Doku gives the ball away. It was a right idea, but Ola Aina, outstretched right leg, intercepted that ball to Núñez, who was looking to make a run on the underlap there. It was good play from Núñez, that was, coming out of his right back position into midfield. It's a lovely day, isn't it? In the UK here. It's getting hot, actually. I've got the fan on. Oh, the ears are going to go red if it's hot. It's guaranteed. Guaranteed. I need a bit of brown sauce in my life. Mullet. I had a bacon butty this morning and I really wanted brown sauce, but there wasn't any. I had to have ketchup. Would you have him at City, Flash? He's a good player, isn't he? I just feel like... Is he... I don't know. Cambiasso excites me because I feel like he's got everything that we want from a right back. You know, the ability to invert mainly. And he's got that versatility to play in midfield. He can also play left back. You know, so he's got so much versatility. And Ola Aina's a quality player, you're absolutely right. But City got a free kick to defend here. Taken quickly and interestingly down to the wing. Sent Elanga down the wing. Looked like a long ball was coming into the box and they've done a little bit of a trick here. We're going to see if this comes to anything. They're just passing it around down this right side here. Gibbs White ball in. Smacks into Phil Foden. It's going to be a corner, or is it? No, Ederson takes it as the bounce was pretty kind for Ederson there. Yeah, I think Cambiasso is going to be the one we get in the summer. Especially considering how much he wanted the move, apparently. He really wanted the move in January. And we just weren't prepared to pay the extra amount. I can't remember what the fee was in the end, but it was a lot. And we did spend, what was it, 125 million or thereabouts in January. So that was a big outlay for January. And Vardiol there gets in. The pass from Núñez was a fizzer. He absolutely fizzed it. But Jeremy Doku keeps doing that trick that you all know the trick I'm talking about. You know exactly what I mean when I say that trick. The one where he just does that and then shimmy, shimmy, yah, shimmy, yay, over to the right. And Forest are not falling for it. In particular, Ola Aina, he's not falling for it. He's not actually seen... I've not seen Doku beat anyone yet. Which, going off the previous 2 games, he was unplayable. First time ball in from Nunez's block. Nico Gonzalez picks up the loose pieces. Back to Nunez. Nunez again. Got Savinho now coming down the right way. It's all slowed down, this game has. It's just all pedestrian a little bit. Very easy for Forest to defend this. We're not moving anyone about. It's very static. No one's moving. Move about, lads. Foden's just pointing and gesturing, but not actually making the run. Vardiol. Yeah, Forest's shape's pretty good. Quite narrow. They're allowing us to go out wide. And we don't really... Well, there you go. Ball into Haaland. And it's coming bounce back, though. And Nunez tried to thread the eye of a needle there. Long ball over the top. Immediately looking for that counter-attack. And Hassanov has done incredibly well there. Incredibly well. What a bit of defending that was. That was really good. I thought you're in trouble here. Chris Wood is in. You know, and he just absolutely put on the afterburners and just boom, just like got in front of him. Used his strength. Not only that, he knocked it out when you think, right, you're giving away a throw in here, but that's better than what it could have been. He didn't even let it go out for a throw in and he just gets it down the line. Brilliant. Brilliant from Hassanov, mate. Absolutely love that. Defended. City look to have taken control of this game a little bit, certainly in terms of possession. But as we found out so many times this season, possession isn't really much in this side at the minute because it's very aimless. Some of our possession football this season, there's not been enough purpose throughout the course of the season or potency where we've not created enough, you know? And it's kind of feeling like one of those games where Forest are like, yeah, you've got the ball, but we're managing you. We're controlling you. You're not really getting in behind us. You're not creating enough chances. And you're just knocking it side to side a little bit. Bit aimless at the minute. And City are looking. It's not like they're not looking for it. That's a great ball. That's better. Out to Savinho. Now there's gaps. Savinho, step over. Onto his right foot. Dinks it in. And they've done well there to stop that going out for a corner. Savinho's sticking his hand in the air. He wants a handball, but I'm not sure he's going to get it because it looked like a good bit of play. And he's sprinted back and won the ball back, Savinho. Really good. He's got Bernardo Silva now on the right side of him. Bernardo Silva coming to the edge of the area. Gets back to Nico Gonzalez, who sends it to the fucking moon. See you later. Not quite as good as the first effort, Nico. But have some of that, mate. Bosh. To the moon it goes. But that first effort, what a shot that was. They keep looking at our bench. Tell me, if you're listening to the matchday commentary on TNT Sports, did they mention how much it cost? Because that's a little thing, isn't it? That's what they all do. That's what the media love to do. Look, let's have a look at Manchester City's bench and then do the maths and work out how much they spent, how much it cost to buy those players. Guaranteed. Whereas Nottingham Forest, they haven't spent any money lately, have they? No. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell, how much have they spent lately? Absolutely forking it out, haven't they? It's why they are where they are. They've spent a lot of money. There was that joke last season. Was it the season or the last season or the season before? The treble-winning season where they had like 40 players, and like there was a show in the UK where they just did this like spoof of just like a room full of people, and all the players were just like shoulder to shoulder, just like trying to do the team talk. And there was just like, it was just literally not a space in there for anyone else to stand. Did they not? Well, yeah, call me paranoid, but I mean, I don't think I am, mate. I don't think I am. I think it's, yeah. Did they really? Stop doing me over, mullet. I knew they would. Of course they did. Of course they did. All right, there does Does well there to hold off Nico Gonzalez and Haaland, but then gives it away. Should we be signing this player? That's a foul. Gibbs White, get him in the book, referee. Chris Kavanagh, mate, are you having a laugh? There's 2 there. Yes, thank you. Yellow card. Well done. The thing is, if that's almost identical to the Savinho one. Point proven. It doesn't matter what time of game it is, just because it was in 40 seconds into the game. He didn't give, was it Nico Williams, who would have been on a yellow card for the whole game against Savinho. Could well have been a problem for Forest that throughout the game. But instead, benefit of the doubt, early in the game, don't give Nico Williams a yellow card for the exact same foul, just because it's earlier. It makes no sense. The refereeing consistency is a joke in this country. It really is. What do you make of Jose Mourinho's comments in Fenerbahce and all of the racist accusations that have been levelled to him? I think it's shocking. It really is. Kusanov, by the way, and nearly came forward then. It's not racist at all, but it all came from his comments regarding having non-Turkish referees refereeing in Turkey. And I would like to see that in this country. I would like to see all sorts of nationalities refereeing in this country. I don't see why. We've got... How many nations in this country have we got playing the game? You know, we've got the first ever Uzbek now playing in this country, in the Premier League. You know, we've got nations all over the world playing the game. Why do all our referees have to be English? What a ball that is from Doku. Foden ball across. And Haaland was just on his heels a little bit there. You're thinking... Haaland probably didn't believe Doku was going to be able to get that ball to Foden, so never made the run. But if he did, he would have been waiting in the box for a tap-in. And Haaland just wasn't in there quick enough then. Because that ball from Doku was absolutely defence-splitting ball from Doku into Foden. Foden first time did the right thing, just don't look, because you've got to assume Haaland, being the centre-forward that he is, he's going to be in there. So you just cut it back, looking for the edge of the 6-yard box, or in between the 6-yard box and the penalty spot sort of area. And that's where Haaland's bread and butter. He loves that sort of stuff, and he was just on the edge of the box. Doku again, getting heavily involved in this game. Get pushed out of play there, and it's a throw into Forest. Oh, I don't know, Flea. I don't know what it is. To his hero Keith Lemon. I don't get the I know who Keith Lemon is, but I don't get the reference. I doubt Phil Foden is thinking about Keith Lemon while playing football. Dedication's not happy with Haaland, looking a bit off it today. I want to see energy from Haaland. That's what I want to see, because I feel like he doesn't use his speed enough. He doesn't use his energy enough. Because he when he worked... I remember the Leicester game, away at Leicester. And Ruud van Nistelrooy's first game. Jeremy Doku's just gone down the byline here. Against Leicester, he worked his socks off in that game, and he got himself a goal as a reward. Rightly so. But he was everywhere. Do you remember that bit of dribbling he did in the penalty box as well, where it was just like fancy footwork, just went in and out of about 3 players, and then his shot just went past the post. He was brilliant again in that game. You want to see that Haaland every game. Just work ethic needs to just go up a notch. It's all good and well waiting for crosses coming into the box and stuff, because, yeah, that's your bread and butter, and he's brilliant at that. Here you go. Vardiol looking for a 1-2. Surely gets it back. Vardiol into the penalty. Phil Foden. Oh, and it's blocked. It would have been, what a goal that would have been as well. Great play. And then Nunes gives the foul away on the edge of the area, Forest's area. But what a lovely little bit of football that was between Foden and Vardiol. Little 1-2 there. You're thinking Vardiol was going to get the shot away, but Foden was putting it wide, actually. I thought that was going to go into the bottom corner. But Foden's effort looked like it was actually going to go wide. Even though it was blocked by a Forest player, but still. But yeah, Haaland is... speaking of Leicester and Haaland and Van Nistelrooy, he's now the second player ever to get 20-plus goals. Ball over the top here, we're in trouble. Edison comes flying out of his goal. Brilliant sweeper keeping from Edison. Get back in your goal. Forest looking to take a quick throw-in, but the ball bounced off the advertising boards And if that didn't, I think it was Hudson-Odoi who was trying to get the ball to throw it back in because Edison was about 50 yards out of his goal as they were trying to take a quick throw in and just lob it straight away. We've seen, who was that? What was his player? Was it something Dean something? What's his name? Was it Forest as well? He might have played. It might have been a Forest player. When a goalkeeper came flying out of his goal and knocked it out for a throw-in, and it hit the advertising board and dropped right there perfectly for the player to pick it up. And the player picked it up and he threw it off the back of the goalkeeper who was running back to his goal, only about 5 yards in front of him. And it was such quick thinking. Nico Gonzalez has been caught on the ball here. He's going to get booked as well for pissing about with it. That should be a yellow card as well, that. Nico, what are you doing there? But anyway, threw it on the back of the keeper's back. And it went back to him, and he just whipped it round the keeper into an empty net. What a bit of quick thing. Dean Saunders, that was it. Dean Saunders, yeah, I remember. And also, a moment of crazy goalkeeping moments was bloody Andy Dibble. Who remembers that? I remember watching that video over and over. My dad on VHS had this tape that I just used to watch, and I used to find it hilarious, man. Andy Dibble. Type in Andy Dibble versus Forest on YouTube and you'll see the moment I'm talking about. And there must have been a rule change since then because he had the ball like this, literally holding it like an actor holds a skull. Do you know what I mean? He was holding the ball like that. And a Forest player just came around and headed it out of his one hand and tapped it into an empty net. Goal given by the fucking referee. Couldn't believe it. Ball in, back post. And it's gone out for a goal kick, I believe. Goal kick it is. Gibbs White wants a free kick. Were you at that game as well? I was too young for that, mate. Was it Sheffield United? Yeah, it might have been, not Forest. But it was Forest with the Andy Dibble one, wasn't it? But yeah, he had the ball headed out of his hands, didn't he? Yeah. I mean, nowadays, they changed the terminology because I think it used to have to be two hands. What is Nunes doing there, getting caught on the ball? Man on, Nunes! How many warnings? Fucking hell, Nunes! He got caught on it, and then he ended up getting it back, and then he thought, oh, I'll take another couple of seconds. Fuck me. Oh, Nico, what are we doing here? We've just... A head's gone here. Edison, cool as a cucumber, though. He calms it down. Well played, Edison. Kasanov just goes long with it. I think and Haaland wins the header as well. Done well there. Foden brings it under control. Well played, you two. Foden and Haaland together there. Great play. And Olaina, he's got Doku's number at the minute. But fucking Nunes back there, like, wound me up, that did. He's done all right so far, Nunes, but that's what... Just be aware of your surroundings, mate, because he got the warning. He got caught on it. He got a Forest player on his back, and he held him off. And then he took an extra couple of touches. Foden ball in. Over the bar by Bernardo Silva. Shit. That was a proper opportunity, that was as well. Get your head over that, Bernardo. Well over the bar as well. Over the bar. What would you do, Abel? What would you do for Bernardo Silva? I think I would as well, because this is the sort of game where I think Bernardo's got more creativity in the middle third and attacking third. I think that's Bernardo Silva's forte, that area of the pitch. But I would argue Kovacic is better in the defensive third and the mid third. And this game's being played in the mid third. We're not getting into the final third enough. When we do, we look like we could score. We've got space because they're playing four at the back. Haaland's being almost double marked by the two Milenkovic and Murillo centre backs. So there's little pockets of spaces appearing, but we're not breaking the midfield lines. And that's Kovacic, man. He loves those little round the corner passes. Kovacic loves that. And Bernardo Silva's playing way high up the pitch. And we've not got a nice... Oh, that was Savino looking for Phil Foden. Devious isn't happy. Foden and Bernardo are passengers. I'm not sure Foden's been a passenger, but I think Bernardo's not really done anything in this game other than blast one over the bar. But Foden's started to liven up in the last 10 minutes. A couple of nice touches. Crossed the ball to Haaland, who was not there. Here's Doku again. Doesn't fancy it, does he? Jeremy Doku, when did you see that? Proper Jack Grealish football, that was. Looked at his fullback and thought, nah. Back to Vardiol. Doesn't fancy it against Ola Aina. Because he's quick, isn't he, Ola Aina? He's a very quick little player. So Doku's got his work cut out for him today. He's got no joy really coming down this left-hand side. But what Doku has done well a couple of occasions, he's passed the ball, like on the underlap run a couple of times. He found Foden, didn't he? Ola Aina intercepts it. Vardiol, that's a foul, referee. Dead leg, that's a dead leg. I know that feeling. What's he doing here? Give him the ball, you dickhead. Ola Aina running away with it. Give him the ball. Vardiol's got a dead leg there as well. You can tell the way he held it. Yeah, we need to up the ante a little bit in midfield here. And I would definitely think about Kovacic. Here's Bernardo Silva on the right side of City's attack. He's going back and forth. He's going... it looks nice, but he's not going anywhere with it. Two Forest players eventually send him out wide and back to Hasanov. He's got the ball back, though. Just about beats Anderson. Gets a lovely little ball into Savinho, though. Savinho onto his right foot. Byline cross. Linesman says it went out for a goal kick. I'm not sure it did. Not sure it did. But the linesman's probably got a better angle than me, in fairness to him. Yeah, it went out. Fair play, Lino. Fair play. Savinho's looked all right. Again, it's just a case of end product, isn't it? You want that ball coming in. Sloppy pass. And Nico Gonzalez could have done something better than that. He nods it down and real opportunity that was. Hasanov's got to get back. And he's got the wrong side of him here. Hudson-Odoi's coming forward. Great play between Nunes and Hasanov. Ruben Diaz nearly swung a leg at that could have been a penalty. And Nunes, mate, giving it away again. Stop it, man. Foden wins a free kick, does he not? What are we doing here, ref? Play on. What the fuck, ref? Hudson-Odoi coming forward into the penalty area. They're going to nick one here right before half-time, aren't they? Right before half-time. Gibbs-White with an absolute shitter. Sliced it well over. Chris Kavanagh, what are you playing at here? That's a foul, man, on Phil Foden. Maybe not. Maybe Anderson won the ball, but it was the follow-through, man. The follow-through was nasty. Studs up, hacked all the way up his leg. You knew what he was doing there. It was one of those opportunities where you got to plant one on your opposite number, and he did exactly that. Anderson probably enjoyed doing it as well, the little shithouse. Come on, City. He's all right, Foden. He's limping a little bit, but he's all right as well. That could have been serious, that. Nico Gonzalez, big avenue of space right through the middle to run into. Sprays one out to Savinho. Chops it onto his left foot, lays it back to Nico. Doku with a bit of space down the left side here, but he's got Ola Aina coming out to him again. Oh, he's done him though. Doku's done him for the first time. Gets it. Oh, the ball into Foden was good, but Foden either overhit it, Doku, or Foden just wasn't quite ready for it. I'm not sure, but Ruben Diaz has got his work cut out for him here. Does well. Nico gets back and does well, equally well, to be honest. Talk now, communication between the two of you. Looks like Hasanov and Nico didn't know what they were doing then, but they've Forest have not bothered pressing. That's a wise thing to do against City nowadays. It's not really worth pressing, but Doku's got two to beat here. Dominguez and Ola Aina gets it inside to Vardiol. Foden man on. Back to Vardiol. That was lovely. Ola Aina before proper thought Doku was going to do the shimmy shimmy and he just went left. Like very simply. Didn't do anything fancy, nothing overly zealous about it. It just very simplistically just ran left, and Ola just went the other way. But Savinho, ball in again. It's not good enough from Savinho. He's getting into such dangerous positions, and arguably he's our most threatening player in this game, Savinho. But it's just that ball. It's just that final touch, the final pass. Just it needs to be better. Whether it's a little cross cut back or a little dink, it's often being blocked, more often than not, which is a shame. But he's getting a lot of opportunities to do damage. Ruben Diaz having a little wander, coming forward. Foden into Núñez, who's in the middle of the pitch again. Hasanov comes forward. We've got Vardiol and Diaz. Not even Diaz, it was Nico Gonzalez, but Diaz has come back. Doku, Ola Aina, one-on-one onto his right foot. Good strength from Doku. He read it. Doku again. Shot from Doku, saved by Matt Sells. Didn't get much power behind it and didn't get it into the corner either. Easy to save, but Ola Aina then. He read it. He knew what Doku wanted to do, but Doku just went, get off me, mate. Strong from Doku that was. And then he beats Dominguez, gets an opportunity to get a shot away, but doesn't get enough power or enough accuracy, really, to put it in the corner. Big up, Vasco, mate. Big up, mate. Thank you very much for the super chat. Hang on a minute, because ball in. Nico Gonzalez has just about got it to Hasanov, who boots it clear. Have some of that, mate. 80-yard punt down the piss. Down the piss. Down the pitch. The lack of creativity is crazy. We need a world-class playmaker, number 10 next season. KDB, hang on a minute, Chris Wood. And he looked for a little dink. Left foot, Ederson caught off his line a little bit. Chris Wood went for the lob but didn't get enough on it, and Ederson just catches it casually. And Núñez has gone down here, taking his boot off. Is it a whack, or has he twisted his ankle? Yeah, he did that. He did that, which tends to mean a twist. Well, that's Route 1, City football, that is. Very much an Ederson sort of pass. Except you've got Chris Wood finishing it instead of Erling Haaland, and he gets it all wrong, Chris Wood. Big up, Vasco, mate. So, KDB needs an air, just like I need to drink IPAs on weekends. I do like a good IPA. I do like a good IPA. Brewdog. I enjoy Brewdog. Bit pricey, though, Brewdog, for what it is. They've marketed it quite well, Brewdog. But you're hoping Núñez is all right here. It's going to be Rico Lewis is coming on. He's warming up already. Which, considering the tactics at play here, Núñez is coming into midfield quite a bit. And I think Rico can do that job. It's when you ask him to get back with speed. Because we've seen Núñez use his speed a couple of times, got back to Hudson-Odoi on a couple of occasions in this game, and got back. An opportunity for the players to take a bit of water on. Are they Red Bull bottles? But they'll all be drinking water, surely. I mean, Red Bull's marketing team making water bottles. I mean, what are they doing? We'll make a branded Red Bull water bottle. So, isn't it like water just does not have the effect of Red Bull? It doesn't. Yeah, we need to ask Jamie Vardy what it's like to have water versus Red Bull. Fucking Red Bull water bottles. What is that all about? Appreciate that, Vasco, mate. Thank you very much. Núñez is back on his feet. He's not looking happy, though. Not looking happy at all. Keeps holding his leg. He's doing that face that they all do, or anyone does when they're injured. It's that sort of face. It's one of them. Haaland trying to hold up the ball against Milenkovic, but had no joy. We need to see more from Haaland in this game. And I don't think he's at fault for some of the moments where we've not seen him, because the cross hasn't been good enough. But there was a couple of moments. Foden's ball was the main one for me, where he cut it back, Foden, And Haaland was just caught, just not paying attention, just not getting up to the speed of play, not getting in tune with everybody and into the penalty box when it was a real opportunity to do that. Hasanov again, by the way. Just there's been 2 or 3 moments that I've not really described to you in detail, but that then just simple, old school defending, mate. Just get your body in the way and just get it clear, get it out of danger. I have no problem with that. Not everything in the world needs to be brought down, controlled, do a little nutmegs on the centre forward, and then a defence splitting 20-yard pass. You know what I mean? Just get it clear. Sort your line, clear your lines. Just nice, simple, steady defending. He looks composed on the ball right now as well. There's 2 minutes of stoppage time in a first half that's been quite disappointing for me. I'm quite disappointed in this first half. I think we can play a lot better than this. There goes the half-time whistle. Not very impressed, to be honest. There's been a couple of mistakes that we got away with Nunes and Nico Gonzalez. Got away with a couple. A couple of moments where we could have been more threatening. I do think we've been the more likely side to score. I think we've edged it in terms of who's been the better. But we can be a lot better than this. And I think the second half is going to be a massive, massive 45 minutes for the rest of the season now for both sides in finding out whether you're good enough to finish in the, top 5 spots it's going to be now, isn't it? So it's good to see that we can finally get... We're almost, well, not certainly, but it gives us a much better chance of getting Champions League football next season. You got to wonder what Forest fans must be thinking, though, because considering they've been in the top 4 the whole season, imagine if they finished 6th, and it's a very realistic possibility for Forest. What would they see their season as? It surely has to be a disappointment. And I mean, forgetting the before the season feelings, like staying up was probably the priority for Forest, or maybe a target would be getting to the top 10 for Forest. To be in 3rd now, no one predicted this, and no one would have said that at the start of the season. But things change, as we found out, because at the start of the season, we were like, I want to win a Champions League, I want a Premier League. I say that now, and you'll be sent to the insane asylum. You'll be locked up if you said that now as a City fan. You know, but things change, priorities shift. Now it's like top 4 football and an FA Cup. I'll take it, because the season has evolved, and Forest season very much has evolved. So you wonder what the Forest fans would think if they finished outside of the top 5 this season. I think it has to be considered a disappointment, considering what's behind them. Obviously City, I think we're the biggest threat to them, obviously. I think they're in the same ballpark as Chelsea for consistency. I think that's 50-50 between those two. Because Chelsea, as a club, are bigger, more firepower, financially, more firepower. But on the pitch this season, I think they're 50-50. They're 2 very unpredictable sides that on their day can beat anybody, but also can drop an absolute clanger. 5-0 Bournemouth, is prime example of that. But they also beat Brighton 7-0, didn't they, Forest? So they came back with a vengeance after that result, which is, so a very unpredictable Forest side that they've become. But I do think it would be a disappointing end to the season if they didn't finish in the Champions League next season. And it'd be interesting to see Forest in the Champions League next season and how much that will harm their Premier League campaign next season. Because like I said, in not the last video, I can't remember which video, but the importance of Manchester City's getting into the top 4 is one thing, for the ability to sign players that want to play Champions League football. You're thinking Florian Wirtz, is what I'm thinking. But you look at the consistency of Manchester City over the last 10 years. I mean, only once, twice, or once since Pep's been here, have we finished outside of the top 2. So, either 1st or 2nd after Pep's first season where we finished 3rd. And I mean, being in the Champions League is the point I'm making. Every year, it's not easy because Chelsea fall out of it all the time. Liverpool have fallen out of it numerous times in this same period of time that I'm talking about. United have fallen massively out of it, completely fallen out of it. And Newcastle, they got in it the following season, their Premier League campaign, you finish 7th. You drop. And it's hard to maintain. And these clubs like Brighton, like Bournemouth, like Forest and Villa, who are now, where are they? They're 10th. Champions League campaign, 10th in the Premier League. Because they did well last season, got into the Champions League. So it just goes to show how consistent Manchester City have been in getting into these positions and staying in those positions and not letting it harm the next campaign, you know, and winning trophies while doing it, you know. And while we're all like, oh, top 4, is that it? Is that top 4? Yeah, this season, if we get it, that's a massive achievement considering what went on before in terms of this season and also what went on the seasons before. And if we bag an FA Cup, then it's like, yeah, we're the club to beat. Even though Liverpool are doing what they're doing this season, long term, I'm talking about the previous decade of what City have done. And people want to say Manchester City haven't got a history. We've just created a decade of football that's just been the envy of everyone in the Premier League. It really has. Circus Dog, big up, mate. 1.1k and only, is that how many watching? Big up everybody, thank you for tuning in. And 340 likes. Poor performance, chat. Oh, don't worry about it, chat. Do hit the like button if you haven't already, but don't worry about it. I'm not too fussed. But big up everyone who has tuned in. Massively appreciate that. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, I think this second half needs to improve. Massively so in the second half. Is that clock gone now? Let me just sort the clock out. Reset time. 0.5. Boom. Speaking of clocks. Yeah, so I think this second half is huge for both sides now going forward. I think we have to massively improve to get the 3 points. Would you take a draw, by the way? Let me know in the chat if you think a draw would be a good result, because it keeps them in touching distance. It keeps them 1 point ahead. I think we would arguably, I don't know, which is more frustrating. I think a draw would probably be accepted by both sides, I think. I think Mullet was the one who was predicting a 0-0. And it's looking that way at the minute, because there wasn't many chances in that first half. No one wants a draw. No one wants a draw. Obviously, everyone wants... Yeah, obviously, I want to win. Of course I do. But would you accept a draw? And do what Douglas says. Only if you can be asked. Only if you can be asked. Oh, big up everyone. Loads of you have just hit the like button. So that super chat was very much appreciated. Circus Dog, thank you very much, mate. Because it's inspired people. You've inspired people. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Yeah, we need to see more. What would you do to change it, though? Because I think Rico Lewis is probably going to come on. I think not by choice. I think Nunes is probably going to come off. Unless it's not that bad. It looked like it wasn't great. So it made him take his boot off. And when you take your boot off, you want to see what's wrong with my foot. Like, he took his boot off, so he's probably not happy. That Nico Gonzalez shot, if that goes in, this is the perfect angle. It did hit the post, didn't it? Clipped the outside of the post. What an effort that was. They're showing the Man City chances here. So we had a few, to be fair. There's a Foden one. I think that was going wide, actually. It hit Dominguez. And if you look at this from the angle from behind here, I think this is going wide. It's going wide. Yeah, it's not even on target. So, got to finish it, though, boys, though. Got to finish one of those chances, really, there. Or make more of these opportunities, at least. Right, I'm going for a pee. I'll be back in uno momento. And make sure you hit that like button, like Circus Dog says. Big up everybody in the chat. Why does scented bog roll exist? What is the purpose of having scented bog roll? I see no purpose in it whatsoever. But Johnny's chair has to have a plushie. I think I do somewhere. There's a. I want to give it a bit of a face. It's magnetic as well. It's a bit dusty. Need to wipe that down. Bloody hell, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I used to slap this on a bit of a magnet. I always enjoy doing it. Like, hey, how good's that? Ha! Boom! It's pretty good. It's magnetic. Slam it on here. Oh shit! Fucking hell. Oh, Shanty's feeling positive. That's such same old shit. Oh. Makes your ring smell like spring. Yeah, I know. But I mean, who's getting in there to smell it? No one's getting in there to smell mine anyway. So for me, no purpose. I know there is benefits to it if you're interested in going down there. Where's this going? To the bumhole. That's where this is going. But oh yeah, my chair. My chair's like fucking thank God. Yeah, thank God. This is why my chair's like thank you. Oh yeah, 100%. But when you blow your nose, you're just like, well, I just wanted to get rid of the snot. I didn't want to have to sniff some artificial flower smell. Like, do you know what I mean? Anyway, madness. Right, second half. Husinov was brilliant in that game, I thought. It was not like superb, but it's just like doing your job, you know. And Diaz was doing his job as well. I thought Vardiol was pretty good going forward. A couple of bit here and there with some touches, but mostly good. A nice little link-up play with Foden in a moment that arguably was our best moment to get a goal. I think came through Vardiol and Foden's link-up play. Gonzalez had that shot. And there's been a couple of nice tackles from Gonzalez, but still like a little bit shaky on the ball. I'm getting proper Rodri vibes off him though, man. Like you're just seeing these moments of just like, yeah, that's a player. And then it's like, oh, you're not quite there yet. You know what I mean? There's still a bit of learning for you. And that was like Rodri. First year for Rodri, he was exactly the same. Just took him a little while to get up to speed of things. And yeah, I still think there's an absolute player in there. Bernardo Silva. I think it was Devious who was saying he's ghosted. He also said Foden's ghosted. I disagree with the Foden part, but I think Bernardo Silva has definitely not really offered enough to this midfield when he's really should be there to offer some sort of creativity. It's been non-existent. He's gone over to the right side too often for me, getting in the way of Savinho, and I'm not sure it's needed. But yeah, I think Savinho's probably been our most threatening player, but let us down with the final ball into the box. Foden's been okay, like it was all right. Doku's had an entertaining battle with Ola Aina, which I would argue maybe Aina was definitely getting the better of him in the first 20-25 minutes of that first half. But Doku started to get a little bit of joy towards the end of that second half. So it's going to be interesting to see who wins that battle in the second half. And Haaland has been very, very anonymous. Very anonymous. Not seen anywhere near enough from Erling Haaland. Won a couple of headers, a couple of touches here and there. But yeah, need to see more. Need to see more from Haaland. Players back out. Wondering if we're going to make any changes as well. I'd like to see Marmoush. For who though? Because it's arguably in this system would be Foden. Unless you take off Marmoush and play him out wide for Doku. And I don't want to see Marmoush against Aina. I think you'd lose Marmoush because Aina's playing well. He's playing well. And big up Jeff as well. Yeah, 100%, mate. If it's at 0-0 as well, like, yeah. Why not Marmoush for Silva? I just think that's overly attacking. Too much going forward. not enough protection for our defence. Because I think Marmoush is very much a final third player, isn't he? Bernardo Silva can drop into that midfield third pretty well. Right, second half underway. Exactly. Come on, Pep. We've all had an off-season, haven't we? All of us. Everyone at City. Well, not the fans. Some of us, actually. Yeah. Some of us have. Most of us haven't. Most of us are stuck by this Manchester City side, as we always do and always will do and always have done. But yeah, I think the players have just been a bit off. I mean, I think it is very simple. The results of previous seasons, it's just... I'm always thinking about that Pep sentence in that pre-match... Or it might have been a half-time team talk, by the way he was holding himself. And he was like, that's why no one has won 4 Premier League titles in a row. That's the reason why. Because it's so difficult. That. Doku's gone to the right, by the way, which is interesting. Gone against Nico Williams, trying to test his joy down there. Great shout, that is. I think this is a great decision. Great decision. Very simple. Swap the wingers. Because they're not getting much joy, either of them. Swap them. Give it a go. Yeah, why not, man? I like that. More instinctiveness to get to the byline now as well, to get those crosses in more naturally. Because how many times did Savinho get to the byline, then cross it with his weak right foot? And Doku's just let that ball run out of play there. Get him over to the left wing, fuck's sake. Strong from Anderson, that was. But yeah, I just... Oh no, ball in. Hussanov's got some defending to do. Cross has gone deep. Oh, and Ederson with a bit of weird goalkeeping. Weird. Dominguez is injured. He's holding his hands up. He can't move. Fuck him. Play on. Get on with it. Get on with the game. Don't kick it out. Whatever we do, do not kick it out. I'm sick of how hospitable we can be, man. Fuck him. Play on. He's fine. Yeah, he's all right. He's good enough to kick Savinho. No problem. He's hurt. Yeah, he's going to go down. Oh, Nico Gonzalez is the one who said, kick it out of play. Leave him, man. Just play on. No one would do that for us. No one does that to us. Ederson's goalkeeping was weird then. I need to see this. What was that from Ederson? Yeah, dodgy. Dodgy. He went like that. It went through his hands and hit him in the chest. And then it looked like he meant to chest it and bring it down. Dodgy from Ederson, mate. Come on. Got away with that one. Big time. Need to see a nice, stronger pair of hands than that. But anyway, save's a save. Still 0-0. What was that? It was like, oh, this went through him. Not good. Hussanov does well, gets it back to Ruben Diaz. And Nunes is back out, by the way. That's another interesting point. So the ankle twist wasn't too bad in the end. Nico Gonzalez out to Foden. That's terrible from Foden. What's he doing there? Terrible from Phil Foden, that. Looking for an inside run from Savinho, who just started to dart in, was on the left wing and started to cut inside, wanted the ball played on the deck in front of him, almost into his feet, right into his path is what Savinho wanted. Foden just went for a dink over the fullback, just goes straight out for a goal kick. Hussanov getting into the back of Chris Wood there, nice and strong, letting him know he's there. Ball up in the air, one for the sunshine to get in the way of. Foden then with a nice little touch. Couldn't bring it under control, but nearly brought it under his spell. Oh, it's a strong header. Hussanov's been clattered. Head injury. He's been absolutely taken out there by Chris Wood. Hussanov went right into the, looked like into the cheekbone, this one. No, he's all right. He's all right. He didn't get hit in the head at all. But he lost the previous duel, Chris Wood did, to Hussanov. And then he wanted to give him one back. He's all right. He's back up on his feet. Chris Wood isn't happy. He's solid, isn't he? He's solid, Hussanov. I love him. Nunes. Nice little run that. Here he goes. Comes bursting forward, Nunes. Well played, Nunes. That's really good. Doku. Bernardo Silva. Back to Doku. Doku beats Nico Williams to the byline. Ball across. It's cleared. It's cleared. Ended up being a pass out to Anderson, who's coming down the left side. Sprays it all the way down for Hassanov, who just about gets the ball out for a throw-in. Amazing bit of defending that is. He looked in trouble there, Hassanov. I was like, you've got to win this. If you're going to fly at this, you've got to win it. And he got just about enough on it. Looked like it hit his shin, if anything, but enough to kick it out for a throw-in and give Manchester City an opportunity to get back into a defensive shape. You keep doing this, mate, and it's just like solid stuff from Hassanov. Doku. Got to beat him. Oh, Bernardo Silva gets out for a throw-in. Sorry, bud. I've finished my 3 super chats. Did he do another one? I didn't see your second one. Did I miss your second one? I hope I didn't miss one, mate. But corner ball. Hassanov's not happy. Big up, Micah, mate. Appreciate your support on this channel, mate. Really do. He's offside as well. He was offside. Hassanov's right. He's absolutely right. He wants it out for a goal kick as well. Hassanov's not happy. Good to see him being a bit, like, you know, vocal. He does a lot of his talking with his actions. He's a man of few words, Hassanov, because he has none. He doesn't speak our language. So, I'm sure he has quite a few Uzbek words, but not many English. Apart from I am buzzing. I saw that the other day. He got asked his favourite Manc phrase, but we've got a corner to defend here. Oh, and it's out at the near post, goal kick. Who saw that little short on City's website where they asked him what your favourite Manc phrase is? And he said it like a proper Manc as well. So, I am buzzing. It was proper Manc. He sounded like I've never heard him speak properly before. That was good. And he said his favourite place in Manchester is the Etihad Stadium. Oh, bless him. Bless him. It's definitely not. But you knew he was trying to win the fans over. He's already done that. He's already won us over, and we love him. We already love him. Big up, Circus Dog. Hussanov gives me Zaba vibes. Warrior. Me too, mate. Me too. And Otamendi vibes. You know, that sort of... we love it. I think it's an English thing. It's a Premier League thing where we want players that are just like willing to just get absolutely pummeled and just come off the pitch battered, bloodied and bruised. And we love it. Ball into Nico Williams. Nico, oh, there's Nunes there with strong bit of play. Get up, get up. Anderson. Well done, Nunes. Really good. Superb bit of defending from Mateus Nunes. That really good. Really good. I didn't hear about the Asensio thing. Amir, what Asensio thing? I know what you meant though there, Hannah. I need to find out how my lad did. I missed... Oh, Bernardo Silva's got a free kick as well, thankfully, because he was being pulled down, and in fairness, it probably was a free kick, but the pass that he made as he was falling down gave it away, and you were praying the referee would blow his whistle, and he did, thankfully. I texted the missus saying... How did Harry do? And she hadn't replied. Because I missed his football this morning, so I don't know how he's done. So far, this second half has kind of been the same as the first. You're starting to see why Arsenal got a 0-0 here. Because Forest know how to defend their defensive shape. And I'm talking about the midfield in particular, really. The shape in midfield and even getting into the final third is causing problems. We can't do it very easily. They've got a very strong midfield here. It's the sort of game where if that Nico Gonzalez's shot goes the other side of the post, it's the sort of moment that would decide the game. It feels like it could be one of those games. Something special or something stupid is probably going to decide this game, and you're hoping it's not something stupid, because if it's stupidity, it tends to be us that step up to the plate. We're the ones that like to deliver stupid things, and we've been doing it many, many times this season. But you're hoping it can be a Forest clanger. Oh, it's broken kindly here to Núñez, who's over on the left side now. Gets it out to Savinho. Got to beat Aina. Cross blocked by Aina again. He's good. He's good. He's not easy to beat, is he? Roy, I'm starting to think that, mate. The one thing I would say, it's quite a physical game. It's surprisingly physical. There's been a lot of kicks and players wincing and some heavy tackles going in. Corner ball coming into the back post is Haaland. Nods it down. Bernardo Silva's shot is blocked. And we're in trouble here if we don't win this. Oh, and Núñez is getting a yellow card. A definite yellow card. He's just absolutely snapped Gibbs White. He's took him out. It was a race. It was about a 100-metre sprint. Maybe not 100 metres, probably more like 50. But a race. The ball broke to the left wing, heading towards the dugouts where Pep and Nuno are standing. And Gibbs White and Núñez were just charging towards this ball. And it was a case of whoever gets there first is going to get a kick. And Gibbs White gets there first and gets a whack off Núñez. Yellow card for Núñez. I'm all right with that. That's exactly what I said before the game started. What did I say? If you're going to go flying in, make sure you take the man out. Is what I said. It's exactly those words. And that's you don't lose the tackle and then not take the man out, because if Gibbs White is away, we were in big trouble then. So that yellow card was more than worth it. Worth it. Doku closing down Nico Williams. Forest knocking it around at the back. Just going long there, Murillo. Very long, very poor as well, because it's gone out for a goal kick. Not brilliant match days. Not brilliant. It's hard to describe, really. It's been a bit of a bitty match, I think. Quite a bit. It's a midfield battle is going on, I would say. There's not much clear-cut chances to speak of for either side. If any side was creating a little bit more of a threat, it's City. But you're still scared of Forest coming away. With Elanga and Hudson-Odoi, their speed going down the outside of City, that's threat's still there. We're not seeing much of it yet, and Hassanov has dealt with anything that's come down the outside, certainly his side. And Núñez as well, in fairness to him, has dealt with it reasonably well. But still not great. Not great. Could be a lot better. It's a tough one for Pep, this. I actually think this is arguably one of his toughest moments or sort of games this season to decide what to do in terms of substitutes, because I do think if you bring on Marmoush for Foden, that's the likeliest substitution for me, because I don't think Foden offers much of a physical presence in a game. You know, he's not a tough tackling midfielder or anything like that. You know, but he's off. It's poor from Forest again, straight to Edison. But you're just thinking, if you change too much though, because at the minute we are edging it out in terms of control, and Forest really aren't offering too much. If you change too much in this side, especially in that midfield, I do worry about the changes. Like, he needs to be careful here, Pep, because it's on a knife edge, this game. Big up, Jason. Thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Hang on a minute. Oh, Bernardo Silva's lost the ball. He's someone I would think about changing if Nico Gonzalez is fouled again, and they want him sent off probably here. He's not going to get a yellow card for that, surely. Big up, Jason, at the kids' basketball game, so I can't hear anything, but just wanted to say what's up to Jonny and the typical City family. Come on, boys. Big up, Jason. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. And I hope you enjoy your kids' basketball game, mate. Really enjoy. I used to play a bit of basketball. Used to play. It's not a big sport over here, to be honest. But I did play for a team. Played in Reddish. People will know Reddish. Ball in, cleared by Ruben Diaz. We're going to see some substitutes, speaking of. And it's going to be Kovacic and Rico Lewis. If Nunes is fine physically with his injury, I'm not sure why he's changing Nunes, because I think he's doing all right. Strange bit of a slip there from Gibbs White, and they get away with it. They get away with it, Forest, there. Why is Rico Lewis coming on for Nunes is a strange one for me. Because I think Nunes has been doing a good job. Kovacic, for me, surely is Bernardo Silva. Surely. And I think that makes sense. I think that would be good. But I'm worried about Rico. I'm worried about it. It's going to be Rico for Nunes as well. He's done well. I thought Nunes has done really well today. It's getting hot, man. It's hot in this room. The ears. How are they not red yet? Unbelievable. Big up, Adrian, mate. 69% possession. So yeah, we are definitely... He's taking off Nico Gonzalez. Maybe the yellow card. It might be the yellow card, which actually is sensible. It's sensible when you think about it, because he did just make a tackle that was like a bit of a counter-attack stopping tackle, more of like a nudge rather than like a grab and a pull, which would have definitely been a yellow. But Vardiol's immediately giving it away there. And then Rico's just been done. The referee kind of got involved, but Rico Lewis' first contribution is to swing at the ball and completely miss it, and away come Nottingham Forest. Hudson-Odoi dinks it back post. Vardiol, who's the reason why that counter-attack even happened, to be fair. Even though I'm having a go at Rico. Vardiol's was the pass to begin with that caused the problem. But yeah. Ball in again. Rico, leave it! Fucking Rico, man, straight away. Leave it, man. It was going out for a goal kick. Someone needs to give him a shout there. Tell him that there's no one on. Just leave it. Leave it. It was going out. And just hooked it out for a throw-in to Forest, who take it quickly. Alanga. Hudson-Odoi with Rico to beat. And he beats him. Ball in. Strong from Hassanov. He's good. He's good, isn't he? He's good, man. Just like you're thinking, danger, danger, danger. Hassanov, danger gone. It was brilliant. Just smashed him as well. Just shouldered him out of the way. Just love it. Superb. Positional awareness for someone so young is impressive. Impressive. And Kevin De Bruyne is warming up. And Marmoush looks like he's getting his shirt on as well. Just as I was saying, Pep, you make too many changes. It could go one way or the other with some of these changes. Ruben Diaz has come forward. Go on, Ruben. Go on, Ruben. Shot. Saved by Matt Sells. A little 1-2 with Foden in the middle as well. But Ruben Diaz getting a bit of a nosebleed. Coming forward. Needed a bit of oxygen. Didn't realise where he was. And then the shot on the edge of the area sort of epitomised a centre-back who has no idea what the fuck he's doing. He just like P-rolled it. Marmoush coming on. Kevin De Bruyne coming on. Who for? It's got to be Bernardo Silva for Kevin De Bruyne, surely. And then it's got to be Foden for Marmoush. Or could it be Savinho? Could he go wide? If he keeps Bernardo Silva on, I'll be surprised. They've just split our midfield wide open. Forest are in here. Gibbs White coming through the middle. Jeremy Doku. Oh, what a tackle from Kusanov, whatever the fuck his name is. Fucking brilliant. Whatever his name is, man. He's a fucking superb player. What a block that was. You're thinking we're in big trouble here. Morgan Gibbs White with a thunderbolt of a shot from about 20 yards out. Hassanov just throws himself at it and blocks it. Fucking brilliant. Love that. Brilliant. It's how easy they got through our midfield then. With no Nico Gonzalez, I'm worried the counter-attacks are going to be a little bit more frequent now, because I don't feel like Kovacic on his own has got the legs to cover the ground. And I feel like it should have been Nico and Kovacic from the start for me. Oh, great ball. Savinho's in. Oh, and it's been blocked by Milenkovic. Again, surely that looked like we were going to get a shot on target at least. Was it me, or did Savinho take a little, half second longer than he needed to get that shot away there? I might be being a bit, picky there, getting a bit critical. But it looked like he could have snapped at that much quicker than he did. Rico Lewis on the ball. Hasanov down the right side now. Into Doku. Inside to Rico. Good ball into Foden. Foden's got a little pocket of space out to Doku. Doku slowly coming inside. Plays it simply back to Rico. That looked good, that, for a moment. And then all of a sudden we slowed it down. There was a little pockets of space appearing in Forest's defence there. But there you go, another one. Savinho. Heavy touch from Savinho. Go out for a throw-in. Please go out for a throw-in. He's kept it in. Hudson-Odoi's away. Hasanov coming back like a fucking steam train, though, and he slowed him down at least, but it's not gone. The danger's not gone. Chris Wood on the edge of the area. Anderson coming in with a shot in a minute. Hasanov, one-on-one defending with Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi, oh, what a save by Edison! Tips it onto the post. What a save by Edison! Oh, fuck me. Jesus. What a save that was from Edison. Jesus Christ, that was a save and a half, that was. Big up, Darks. Man, everyone talk about Marmoush, but Hasanov is probably the best signing of all the new youngsters. Dude is already key player for City. He absolutely is. He's got a player for me every game now for the rest of the season. Keep him fit. But the problem is, this is exactly what I thought would happen with the substitutes. I think it would flip the game. And we were in complete control of the game and a decision had to be made because of the yellow card. So I can see why Pep did it. But all of a sudden, Forest looked the better side following the substitutions. Ball in. Edison with another save. Well, it was a cross save this time. One that was a bit more less impressive rather than the previous one, because the previous one was unbelievable. Savinho ghosts past his man, but Ola Aina coming back like a steam train, similar to Hasanov. Great ball across. And Murillo with a good bit of positioning, but it's come back to Savinho. End-to-end this has become, all of a sudden, which I'm not a fan of, because I think we're going to lose the game if we start having a basketball match. We're going to lose this. But Doku just about keeps it alive somehow. Doku, ball across, and it's cleared. He's like a little boulder, isn't he? He's like when you're trying to move like a massive rock. Like defenders are like the stone cutters episode on The Simpsons, where Homer gets the stone of remove the stone of shame and attach the stone of triumph to his neck, and it's like Doku's the boulder. You just can't fucking move him. Here he is, Doku, straight into Nico Williams. Oh, with every game, man. Come on, fans. Come on, fans. Yeah, yeah. It's such a shit new trend in football. I hate it. What a save that was from Edison. I hate this it's the new player trend of always the manager's fault. You know what I mean? If you can't get motivated, blame the manager. If you can't get motivated, blame the fans. You're fucking getting paid enough, mate. Do your fucking jobs, all of you. Every single football player should not need thousands of fans to pick them up, or the manager to pick them up. Do you know what I mean? You're footballers. Like, you should already be motivated. What are you doing? Losing my head watching this game. Foden off. Who was the other one? Because it's Doku. Sorry, it's De Bruyne and what's his face? Marmoush. Who's on? Who was the other one? I only saw Foden come off. Oh. Savinho, I agree with that, because I think Savinho struggled a little bit in this second half. And that surely means Marmoush is going over to that left-hand side. Or Doku's swapped. Yeah, Doku's now on the left side, and Marmoush... Actually, no, Marmoush is in the middle. So it's going to be Bernardo Silva down this right side, presumably. I can't see who it is. Yeah, it is. Bernardo Silva's now on the right. You've got Marmoush and Kevin De Bruyne behind Erling Haaland as a sort of a front two, which is risky, because that means risky. and Doku's now on the left. So we're going for it. 20 minutes, 21 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. That's a long time to go. It felt like in my head, because out of habit, I feel like when we see this amount of substitutions, normally there's about 10, 15 minutes to go. There's over 20 minutes to go, and we've changed like half of the side. Which is not very Pep-like, as has been highlighted by you guys in the chat. Multiple comments in the chat have been suggesting that Pep's going to wait until the 89th minute, which he tends to do, or at least there or thereabouts. But he's gone for it. He has gone for it big time. So you guys in the chat, you're getting your wish. My concern is it might be overly zealous, but Rico's just thought you opened up a little door for him there, and he went through it, right through midfield. Doku on the left. Has to slow it down though. Alanga and Ola Aina slowing him down. City on the edge of Forest's area. Big up to Metal Rocks. Thank you very much. Hasanov is our man of the match if nothing changes. Yeah, absolutely, mate. And even if we score a goal, I still argue it's him. Kovacic, unless it's an absolute worldie of a goal. But even then, it's like Marmoush, first opportunity, keeps hold of the ball well, gets it back to Kovacic. Big up Brooks. Thanks, mate, for the super chat. Appreciate that. These subs are worrying. We've been the better defensive side for a change. Arguably, yeah. Well, I mean, we've not had much defending to do. But I think Pep wants to see more of a threat. And here it is. Kevin De Bruyne. Over the bar. Over the bar. Fuck. Kevin De Bruyne. Nearly. It broke kindly to him and he just scooped it with his left foot looking for that top corner. Yeah. Was it Plymouth? I thought De Bruyne was brilliant, but it was Plymouth. So Plymouth is Plymouth, isn't it? But I thought he was very, very good in that game, Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, I thought he was good. But this is Nottingham Forest. Oh, De Bruyne, did you just back out of a header? Lovely layoff that by Doku, and Marmoush is getting fouled all day long. And you're going to get your yellow card out, or what, referee? Referee wants to play on, and he says play on. I'm not sure we wanted to play on there, really. Well, we'll see how it goes. If we score, I'll say great referee, and if we don't, I'm going to blame you. We've given it away. Referee, you twat. Gerald, mate, thanks for the super chat. What is wrong with Foden? So negative, seems lost. He's not been great, has he? He's not been great. All season, there was that little spell, wasn't there? Where it was like 3 or 4 games, maybe 5 games in a little pocket of games where he was like, oh, it's good. Really, really good. Back-to-back braces, if I remember rightly. And then he's just like, just gone back to his very bang-average, mediocre ways. That is a shadow of the player he was last season. Frustrating. And big up to you, Darks. Thanks for the super chat, mate. Appreciate that. I think only Rico's sub is the worrying one. It's when we have to start defending. On the ball, he's looked all right. When we came forward, then there was a little. They showed him a little opening, Forest, in midfield, and he went, all right, I'll run through the middle of you, and he did exactly that, which was good from Rico. But it's when we've got to start running back towards Edison, and the lack of speed that he's got is going to worry me. If there's a moment in this game where they break, whether it's Hudson-Odoi or Alanga, I'm just worried about him not getting back in time. But he's got an unbelievable Uzbekistan sat next to him, so hopefully he'll cover him and help him out, because he's got the speed to cover, but he can't do it on his own. And big up Micah, mate. Big up to you, Micah. Thank you very much for the very kind donation. Is it me, or Erling Haaland actually does very little compared to when he was at Borussia Dortmund? Just saw Hasanov just do an unbelievable bit of skill. He just pretended to boot it and then just left it as a little dummy. Cool as you like from Hasanov. Does very little compared to when he was at Borussia Dortmund. He suddenly take, is that Thierry Henry's advice on how to learn about the different playing styles of his teammates? You don't miss chat any of this number 3. Oh, good. I didn't miss any super chats. And I appreciate the kind donation there, mate. Really do. Thank you very much. Haaland's been anonymous all game. All game. Which is frustrating because he has been marked by 2 players. Normally, this is the sort of game where it's 3 at the back. Oh, a little 1-2. De Bruyne gets it a little bit wrong. He Tried to, the idea was spot on from Kevin De Bruyne. He opened his foot up a little bit. The angle of the pass for a 1-2. You got to make it like a nice little angle to get it into that avenue. He opened his foot a little bit too much, and it came off to the side rather than straight into that channel for Doku. And I'm glad I didn't miss any super chats, mate. But big up to you, Mike. I appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Just got a text off the missus. They lost both games. Fucking hell. Shit. Never mind. Bernardo Silva nearly got caught on the ball there, and Hudson-Odoi was waiting to take that away down that left side. But yeah, since the substitutions, there was a little moment, little 5 minutes of Kovacic and Rico when they came on, getting up to speed, and it was Forest who suddenly looked like the more threatening side for a little 5-minute spell. Since Kevin De Bruyne and Marmoush have come on, we've settled down again, and we look the side in control. Here comes Marmoush. That's a fucking foul, referee. Jesus Christ. Yates is he just fucking bodied him, man. That's a yellow card, and he's giving it a yellow card. Free kick to City. Marmoush, who won the free kick, is probably going to take this as well. He's just fucking elbowed him in the face, man. What are we doing here, ref? Can you imagine if Hasanov gets the winner? Imagine. It's going to be Kevin De Bruyne or Marmoush to take this free kick. Kevin De Bruyne. The ears are on the way, like Kevin De Bruyne's face. When it's a hot, sunny day, you can almost guarantee Kevin De Bruyne turns a lovely shade of forest red. City fans behind the goal doing their best to support the team as they always do. Can see them singing. I'm pretty sure they're singing City, City, the best team in the land in all the world. That was my guess for lip reading what they were singing. Oh, it's saved by Matt Sells. It was a hard and low free kick from Kevin De Bruyne. Took it quickly, if anything. It suddenly came out of nowhere. And it was Vardiol and Diaz who were getting involved in the wall to sort of get in the way of Matt Sells. Right, Diaz back to Edison, nice and simple. There we go. He's a quality keeper, that Matt Sells, isn't he? He really is. And he's probably going to get the Golden Glove this season. Mullet, mate. You're going to get your 0-0 here, looking at this so far. Is there going to be a winner? 13 minutes to go. Get in the chat and let me know. Would you take a 0-0 at this point now? Feels a bit underwhelming, doesn't it? Good ball from Rico into De Bruyne. And he quickly, that's what we've been missing actually, that. The speed of the pass, the tempo. And he's gone too quickly there, and it almost came off Murillo, and it went towards his own goal, but he's lucky he didn't come off his shin or his knee quicker than that, because he ended up taking the pace off the cross, but it was heading towards the bottom corner, and Matt Sells just falls on it and stops it being an own goal. Has this ball broken to Haaland? Can he get involved? The ball up in the air. No, Matt Sells is going to win that. Haaland could win this. Matt Sells going down like a shithouse. Haaland does absolutely nothing, and Matt Sells just falls over. What a dickhead. Imagine. It's the stuff dreams are made of, isn't it, mate? That's what we do at this club. We dream it, we believe it, and we often do it. I think you're absolutely right. I think you're absolutely correct. And they're going to get the 0-0. And I mean, you can't really argue if they get it. If they get it, they get what they want. And it keeps us in fourth. What does that do in terms of Chelsea? Because we could end up fifth today, I think, now as a result of this. No. Yes. Goal difference. We go on 49 points, staying in fourth. Forest go to 50 points, staying in third. Chelsea But Chelsea, of course, yeah, no, that's not. This is the game. They will play their game in hand this weekend. They will be 3 points behind us, but on the exact same goal difference. So if they win, they will go ahead on goal difference, even if it's by 1. So we'll end up 5th as a result of this 0-0. And then what's behind them? Because as much as I'm looking at Chelsea, you got to look all the way down to 10th now, haven't you? And Newcastle can't catch us today because they're on 44. But it opens it up. This is the worst result for us, really. I mean, obviously a loss would be terrible, but like, if we can overtake Forest, it's a psychological boost as much as it is a point boost. Oh, fuck's sake. Ball down the line, and then there's the everybody cheer. Fuck off. It annoys the fuck out of me. It really does. No, you're absolutely right, Timmy. You're absolutely right, and I'm aware of it as well, mate. It's just, it's just close, isn't it? You know, Newcastle will be breathing down our necks. They will, if they win their game, they'll be on 47 with us on 49, so 2 points behind us with 10 games to go. It's massive. It's so open, isn't it? Do you remember last season when Goldbridge and everybody was calling the Premier League boring? You know, and it went down to the final game of the season to who was going to win it. You know what I mean? And this season, I'm not hearing anyone call the league boring, and it's finished. We've only just got into March, and it's over in terms of who's going to win the league. It's not boring now, though, is it? It's because it's not City. It's because we won 4 in a row. That was the boring aspect. That's what he meant. It's not the league is boring. It's Manchester City winning bores him. That's what it is. Also, by the way, have you seen these big fucking, like the Manchester United YouTubers that have also General? What's his face? On the football terrace. And Mark Goldbridge as well. 2 United fans, by the way, who have absolutely started rimming the arseholes of Liverpool and Arsenal. It's so obvious, isn't it? Because of their fan bases, like, because the United fan base is not as interested in watching anymore because it's like, yeah, we're not doing the business anymore. So let's try and tap into a fan base that is still active on YouTube and still has something to celebrate. So, closer to the hole, sir. Closer to the hole, Arsenal fans. Do you know what I mean? 100%. So transparent. Whereas I go the other way, I take the piss out of them all. Forest are in here. They're going to fucking... What's Edison doing there, man? How's he getting beaten at the near post? Fucking 1-0 Forest. 1-0 Forest, and that's a massive goal. That's a massive goal for the chances of top 4 or top 5 football this season. Fuck's sake, man. Fucking hell. How is he getting beaten at the near post like that? He's pulled off a worldie of a save 10-15 minutes ago. And then that one. What is gone on here? The space over in that left back position. What is Edison doing there, man? Fucking hell. What is that? That's shocking goalkeeping. It's not even a powerful effort. What's he doing there, man? They've played for a 0-0 and they're getting a 1-0 win. That sums us up this season, man. It really does. That sums up Manchester City's season. Fucking hell, Edison, mate. You've absolutely dropped the ball there. Wow. How many times is this keeper going to cause problems like this season? It's been too problematic. I know what he does. I know the benefits to Edison. Listen, I don't need to be educated on what Edison does as a positive for this side. I know what he does. But is it worth it? That's the question. Is it worth it? Do you know what I mean? I'd rather see the odd pass given away out for a throw-in here and there where we go along with it and we give it away. Something like that, maybe. Yeah, fine, whatever. But when a shot goes in at the near post like that, you've got to start asking questions. It's like, what? It's not worth the passing accuracy that he has. It's just not worth it. Ball in, it's going to be 2. It's going to be 2-0. Chris Wood and Hassanov with a bit of defending again. And Hassanov on the receiving end of a goal going in is the last person in the world right now who deserves a football going into the back of his net. Not a chance. Club's ADM has lots to answer for the fans. Yeah, I mean I'm just still stuck on this near post. Like how you because it's just like it's so fucking flaky and just like, oh, what a waste of a left hand you've got there, mate. Bernardo Silva's in. Haaland again just makes the wrong run. Bernardo Silva to the byline. Milenkovic clears it. Killing me, man. You're killing me. Watching this. He's offside as well. Kevin De Bruyne waited too long to pass that ball. Now they've gone. Look at that. Now they've gone red. It's fucking hot now. Now I'm hot. And I'm hot because I'm pissed off. There is a reason why Ederson isn't Brazilian's #1 keeper. Look, I love what Ederson has done for this football club. It's brilliant. And what he offers is also, unique. And I think he's a sensational talent for what he is as a goalkeeper. But when you're letting in shots like that, mate, it's just not good enough, man. It's just not. Fucking hell. Right. So, top 4 football is looking still on. Let's not get rash. Still on. Remember when I was asking how would that 0-0 feel? Do you remember that? How's that feel now? That's why I was asking it. Because I was worried about something stupid. Again, something I've said prior to this. I said it's either going to be something stupid or something brilliant that decides this game. And I also said Manchester City, when it comes to stupidity, they don't hide. They love stupidity. This Manchester City side this season, and delivered. Hand sealed, delivered by Ederson. Fucking daft, man. Like, what's he playing at? Right, still time for an equaliser. Will we get one, though? In terms of what happened before we went 1-0 down, we weren't exactly peppering their goal, were we? It's broken kindly, though, to Kevin De Bruyne. Rico Lewis on the edge of the area. They're surrounding us out here, and it's cleared. Hassanov picks up the loose pieces. Bernardo Silva. Mamouche, cleared by Murillo. Haaland's just been anonymous all game. And some aspects of it are not really his fault. If the cross is coming in, it's just non-existent. It's just... Nothing has come into that box that has made Haaland get excited. Nothing. No. Kovacic dinks one over everybody and out for a goal kick. Last Forest win against City was in 1997. You were 6. Yeah. I was... how old was I? I was 9. I was 9 years old. I can't believe that was that long ago. Is that true? I know, before that goal went in, that Forest hadn't scored a goal. Oh, sorry, only Chris Wood had scored 1 goal against City since they've been promoted, which is only in 2022, by the way. They got promoted in 2022, and here, 3 years later, they're now beating City to get a bigger gap in 3rd place. I mean, you can forget overtaking Arsenal in 2nd, which was quietly a little something I was thinking maybe we could overtake Arsenal. You can fucking forget that now. Not a chance now. It's crazy, this game. What a crazy game we're watching here, because I mean, if we'd scored a goal, we'd be talking about something totally different. We'd be talking about it totally different. It's just one crazy, stupid mistake from Edison has cost us so dearly that the whole narrative has just completely changed. Ball in, again, cleared. I mean, they can get used to saying that. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it 2. Because we're sending everyone forward here. Good play by Bernardo Silva to win the ball back. It's a foul. Fucking hell, City. To think Forest has more Champions Leagues than City is crazy. Yeah, it's... I remember when they said they used to sing it a lot. Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. At least ours was in this century, though. Yeah. Doku. Telegraph that from Jeremy Doku. Broken to Kovacic. Have a dig, mate. Kovacic. Oh, fucking hell! The volley from Kovacic. You're thinking that's flying into the top corner in the 90th minute. Oh, it's so close as well. So close. Oh, no. We hit the post as well, didn't we? In the first half as well. You can't say it's been one of those days where we've just been unlucky, though. Because we've not been unlucky. We've not created enough. We've not been threatening enough. Forest came here with a game plan. They enacted their game plan. They came here for the 0-0. They were going to get their 0-0, but they're coming away with a fucking 1-0 win. Because of a fucking crazy bit of goalkeeping. So poor from Edison. Given away by Josko. De Bruyne wins it back. Get stuck in, Rico. None of this fucking toe-poking tackles. Throw your body on the line, man. Get stuck in. Forest are coming away here. Awani. He's wearing a little face mask, isn't he? It's corner ball to Forest. And it's the... everybody cheer! Everybody cheer! Fucking sick of that shit, man. Fucking so shit. I'm sick of this season. Fuck me, City. What, you mean like Liverpool did? A stupid comment. Forest were running down the clock. We've gone long with the throw-in. There's just... The thing is, it just didn't even feel like we were going to get an equaliser. Like, we're coming forward here. This is it. This is the one. This is the chance. With 1 minute to go, Rico Lewis coming forward. Take your time. Don't worry about it. Chill out. Yeah. But it's not like we're losing 1-0 with seconds remaining. Ball out to Bernardo Silva. Back to Hasanov. Kovacic with absolutely no... Static! Move! Fucking move! No one in the box. Ball in from Hasanov. Straight into the hands of Sells, who dropped it, but then collects it and falls over like a shithouse. And is going to stay on the floor for the rest of the game, probably. And that'll be the full-time whistle. So shit, man. 0-0 as well would have been like, not great, but it certainly wouldn't have been as bad as losing the game, man. Wow. Big up Captain Kringles, the Scouser. Good to see you, mate. There goes the full-time whistle. What a load of shit that was. Unreal, man. I agree. It was very slow today, Mad Hatter. Very slow. Slow build-up play is advantageous to opposition and detrimental to us. Why does he continue to do this? I don't think he does. If you're talking about Pep, I presume, I don't think that's Pep. I think the players on the pitch were slow today, and I don't think Pep wants to be that slow. I don't think he would. That was an intention, because you know we can play quicker. We just didn't do it today, and it was also difficult to play quickly today. We were forced to go around Forest. Very few times we were able to actually go through Forest. But they defended well enough to get the 0-0 today. But we, as always, gift wrap a goal for an opposition. Here you go. You're going to get your gift. It's Manchester City. The season of giving. And I don't mean season as in Christmas, as in the 24-25 season of giving. Fucking hell, City. Every game we've gifted an opposition something. There's always a gift. Always, always, always a gift. And today it comes in, gone the 80th minute. 4 points behind Forest. Now, I still think we could overtake them, to be honest, by the end of the season. You know, this was arguably the hardest fixture that we had going for the rest of the season. But they've not got that difficult fixtures either. So, I mean, just get Champions League football. That's all we need. Just get into the top 5, for fuck's sake. And that is under threat right now. That is massively under threat. And Forest have got one hand into Champions League football next season now. 51 points. They are, what, 7 points clear of 6th now, Forest. Even though 6th, Newcastle's got a game in hand. I don't give a shit about Forest in terms of like whether they're there or not there. Overtaking Forest. I'd love to overtake Arsenal. That's not going to happen now, is it? That would have been nice. Just Champions League football. Just get in that top 5. We've just got to get the job done. You know, by any means. Just scrape over the line. 5th will do. I'll take it now. You know, we're hanging on now because of this fucking stupid fucking mistake from Edison. Again, how many times is this guy going to cost us? I said it at Christmas. It was my master plan that Pep agreed with. You agreed with me, Pep, because you watch, don't you? You must be tuning into Typical City, because there's no way that I just guessed Stefan Ortega was a good option. He was. You played him. And when did you do it? Away at Anfield. That's when you thought, when should I change the goalkeeper? Away at Anfield is the moment you chose to put Ortega between the sticks. And yeah, we lost 2-0, but he pulled off some great saves in the process. He's also been a natural shot-stopping goalkeeper. Yes, Ortega will give it away. Passes that get overhit or out for a throw-in. Yeah. It's not conceding goals like that, though, is it? You know, Ortega saves that. And I mean, it's easy to say that because that's hindsight, isn't it? But you can trust him more. One-on-one situations. Shot-stopping ability. It's key for the final stages of the season. You can't be fucking sticking out a pathetic left hand like that and just going through it. We already had the warning at the beginning of this second half when Edison saved, was it an Anderson shot? A side foot volley from Anderson that went straight at Edison. He holds his hands like this. And it goes straight through them. Thank fuck it was straight at him because it hits him in the chest. And he pretends, oh, nice and cool. Yeah, I meant that. No, you didn't, mate. You fucked it. And they're showing a save that he made that was brilliant, by the way. Very good save that keeps it. But it's not good enough. One save in a moment where that's the hardest one to save. And you saved it. The other two, the one that hits you in the chest, dodgy, got away with it. And then the one that goes into the back of our net was just absolutely dire. Like, so poor, man. Disappointing, man. Really disappointing. Darks, mate, thank you very much. How can a team have Haaland, Marmoush, Doku, Savio, and have so little chances created? Pep shit the bed when took Savio out and left Silva. In hindsight, I think you're probably right. I think Silva should. I don't think Silva should have even started this game. I think it should have been Kovacic and Gonzalez in midfield, and I think it should have been Marmoush ahead of Foden. And now that you only need to go back on my preview, so that's not me saying it with hindsight. That's me saying it before the game. Now the game has taken place. Do you disagree with me? I don't think many of you will. So, here we are again. I also said Stefan Ortega should start. Be our #1 goalkeeper for the rest of the season. Do you agree with me now? Fucking hell, man. I haven't done this in ages, have I? But it's fully warranted. Fucking bollocks, man. Shit. I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted, that result. Because the 0-0, again, it's why I was asking in the chat. It's why I was asking you guys, would you take a 0-0? Most of you said no, man. 0-0. And I understand why you said no, because we were the side in control. We were the side that looked like we were going to score. If anyone was going to score, it was going to be us. But it never works that way with the City side. All the time we've looked like the side more likely to score, and then we concede. Make it number 20. That's the 20th time we have conceded first. Obviously conceded first in this game was in the 80th plus minute, whatever it was in the 80th minute. It was after the 80th minute, I'm pretty sure. Again, that makes 20 times. We've only played 28 games in the Premier League. 20 times we've conceded first. Fucking hell. Why is Foden being picked over Marmoush is mad. I agree, Darks. I said that at the start. And I don't think Marmoush exactly came on and lit the pitch up, by the way. I just feel like Foden was like, okay, Pep must have seen something in training, or he's going off previous seasons. But I think we've got to draw the line on Foden now for the rest of the season. Not forever. This is not sell Phil Foden talk. This is, call it what it is. The season that Phil Foden is having is just nowhere near good enough. So play the hand you've been dealt. You know, Marmoush bagged a hat-trick a couple of weeks ago, you know. I swear he didn't even play the game after that. He didn't even start the next game. I think it might have been Leyton Orient, in fairness to him. So maybe there's reason for that. But still, Marmoush, there's something there. One thing that's always there is attitude. There's always a bit of bite to his play. There's something there with Marmoush. Foden's just like, I'm not sure he's even mentally there playing the game properly. And it's just like, you'd expect to see more from Phil Foden, wouldn't you? You know, I mean, considering that he, won player of the season last season. He's nothing like that player anymore. He's nothing like it. And he needs to go away at the end of this season, have a think about how he's going to conduct himself next season, because he's just not been at it. There's something not right with Phil Foden. It started at the beginning of the season, because don't forget, he didn't play like the first 10 games of the season. There was no word of injury. There was no word. There was a sickness, wasn't there? He was sick for about 4 games. How sick can you be to miss like a month of football? What was wrong with him? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't remember anything being like stated that like, oh, it was brushed under the carpet. It was a cover-up, is what it was. There's something going on with Foden, and he's come back, and he had that little spell around Christmas where it was like, okay, we've got a version of Phil Foden that's recognisable. He got a couple of braces back to back, and you're thinking, yeah, that's the Foden we all love and we want to see every week. And now he's just gone back to the version at the start of the season. It's just killing me to watch him, man, at the minute. The continuous love for Bernardo Silva is wearing thin now as well. It's already worn very thin, but I mean, Jesus. How he stayed on for the 90 minutes in this game is beyond me. I can't remember who it was who said in the super chat that he should have come off, but you're absolutely right. I felt like hindsight, you're using hindsight there to say that, but you are correct, because he should have. I felt like Savinho wasn't having his greatest game. End product was still in question for Savinho. But I still thought like there was something there about him. You know, he was getting into the box. He was causing problems. You were just hoping one of the moments where he was causing those problems would come off and he would actually create a goal or score a goal. And Bernardo Silva, who ended up going on the right wing, didn't look like creating anything at any moment during that game. Ever. Not a single moment made me think, here we go. Bernardo Silva. Kevin De Bruyne came on and tried to pull a few strings, a bit late for Kevin De Bruyne to do anything in that game. And then at that point, you're trying to rectify a 1-0 deficit, you know? Shit, man. Fucking shit. It's heartbreaking, man. Oh, look serious, mate. Thank you for being a member for 5 months as well. Thank you for your support, mate. Really appreciate that. Allergic playing through middle. Instead, wings are overused and predictable now. You're right, and I think Forest played their part in making that happen. As much as we want to go through the middle of sides, or at least have the versatility to pick the middle as the right or the left, we were forced down the sides, and you're right in saying it was overused, but I do think Forest played that way and sent us down those sides where they happen to have two very competent fullbacks. So it was like we were playing into their strengths, you know. It was a tough game because you think about the way the game panned out. We were forced out wide. And Ola Aina, who for at least the first 25 minutes against Doku, pocketed him. I think Doku started to grow in the game a little bit better. And then it was obvious. So, I mean, I'm not just saying that on a whim because it was enough of a decision for Pep to say, right, you two swap wings. I want to see Doku against Nico Williams. And Nico Williams is a very good fullback. Very good fullback. You know, and he offers a threat going the other way as well. So, I mean, they have solid fullbacks. And then, just on the off occasion, where there was some occasions where we were beating the fullbacks, the delivery then comes into question. It's got to be good. It's got to be a good delivery. And both Doku and Savinho, who I love, they need to work on their end product. Both of them. Both of them. Massively so. They've got a lot of training to do, those two, in the off-season, in how to control your muscles when you're running at such speed, to slow down and cross that ball with accuracy. Not just whipping it in or dinking it over everybody's head. It's got to be crossed with accuracy. And if it is, they had Milenkovic and Murillo who were just like, yeah, mate, we'll mark Haaland out of the game. And that was the game. That's the game in a nutshell, what I just described. And Nottingham Forest just pinning in, fill up that midfield with Dominguez and Anderson, who were solid. Gibbs-White was often dropping into that midfield. Nothing was going through the middle of those three because they were solid. Everything was packed too tight. No space. The space was outside. Ola Aina and Nico Williams defended very well. And when they were beat, crosses coming in, dealt with by Milenkovic and Murillo. That was the game in a nutshell. Sit in, do that job. They did it for 90 minutes. And hopefully we can get an opportunity going the other way. And that's exactly what happened. And we gifted them a 1-0 win. That's exactly what happened through the game. And it was start to finish and nothing changed. And you can't be saying Pep as well, by the way, because Pep did what everyone's so pissed off about. He changed it with 25 minutes to go. There was 4 new players on the pitch with 25 minutes to go. Nothing changed. The only change was that 2-minute spell where Rico Lewis and Kovacic came on and we lost control for a moment, where everyone's crying out for the changes. Pep made those changes. We lost control for about 2 or 3 minutes. Forest looked the better side. All of a sudden, De Bruyne and Marmoush come on. We regain control. And then the pattern of play continues as it has been all game. Just nothing to really get excited about. Not clear-cut chances. You know, such a frustrating performance. And you have to take your hats off to Nottingham Forest. Because they did a number on us today. You know, and it's the reason why they're third. And they deserve to be there going off this performance. They do. They really do. Frustrating. It really was frustrating. Aju, thank you for the super chat. Aina is the replacement of Kyle. 11 and 26 is nullified. I think we're getting Cambiasso, mate. In all honesty, I think we're going to get Andreas Cambiasso from Juve. And I think that's going to be a good signing as well. Ola Aina had a great game today, but I think he's... I'm not sure he's cut out for City in his style of play. He's very difficult to get past. He's an amazing defender, but what's his ability? He's coming forward, he's okay, you know, and I think we need a more of a versatile fullback. Because you look at what the role of Rico Lewis and Nunes was today. Will Ola Aina come into midfield like that, you know? And he was brilliant. They're showing his highlights right now, and he absolutely had a great game today. He was very, very good. And I wouldn't object to signing him. I think he's a good player. I just feel like there's different tools out there for the job that we need in that position, you know. But yeah, I like you say, I wouldn't have a big problem with him joining. I admire Pep for his loyalty to his player for previous success. That loyalty now is hurting City. It's time to pick the best players and ditch loyalty, says Darks. I agree, and I think that's something that Pep should have been doing a few months ago now. It's for me. I think Josko Vardiol has got questions here for that goal that came in as well. As much as Ederson's really to blame, Vardiol was well out of his position. The shot that came in, it's a side foot. It hurts watching that goal go in. That goal going in for 1-0 Forest. The space that Vardiol's left him is poor. Very poor from Vardiol there. He's too far, but too far over. He's too far inside, Vardiol. Because he's so far inside, Hudson-Odoi had the opportunity to get as close to goal as he did. But it's not like he's absolutely put his laces through it and smashed it right into the top corner. When it goes high and powerful into those top corners at near post, they can be hard to save. You know, you think Aguero at Old Trafford, in that iconic picture of Phil Jones when he's sliding on the floor, where Aguero just runs across the edge of the United box and then smashes it into the top corner past David De Gea, and Phil Jones's face is like watching the ball go into the back of the net. You think that angle, that power, you don't save them. Even if it's near post, you can't blame the keeper for that. But that was a side foot pass at the goalkeeper's hip. Like, how are you not saving that? It's bread and butter for every goalkeeper in the Premier League. It's bread and butter goalkeeping. It's shit. It's shit. And every time I watch it, I get more annoyed. Fucking hell, man. Jonny, I wish to see you in We Are the South stand. They messaged me, mate, and I got a message off the We Are the South stand that just said, hi, mate. And I messaged them back saying, hi, mate. No reply, so it's over to them, mate. If they want, I'm not going to start begging to come onto people's channel, mate. But if they want me on, message me, and I said I will do it. And I think they just didn't get the message or something. I don't know, but they didn't reply. So I'm not going to go begging to go onto people's channels, though, mate. Sorry, but I'm more than happy to go on if they want me. But yeah, I just think the message has been missed. So anyway, shit result. Really, really, really so poor, man. Gutted, absolutely gutted. And it's the fact that it's the start of the weekend as well. That's shat on the weekend, that, hasn't it? Right, Blues, I've got lots of stuff going on this week. Lots of stuff going on. I'm in the middle of moving this office to a temporary house. I did tell you that last watch-along if you were watching. All the moves are going to happen this week. I will still be doing the final watch-along in this environment is going to be the Brighton game next Saturday. So tune in for the very last ever watch along with this background as well. Oh yeah, I got a ball as well. I'll show you that for her. I bought a new ball for a bit of the old decorations. There's not many football clubs that can have treble winners. It's got all the little signings on it as well. Should we do a few kick-ups, shall we? Do a little bit. He's ballsed it up, he's going to make the rest of his room. I've got no space here whatsoever, but we're going to do something. Oh, what you saying? Have some of that. It's a gold ball as well, you don't want to be scuffing it. But anyway, I'm knackered now, I'm out of breath. Shit, 1-0 Forest. Killing me with that. Killing me. That's what is that Forest or my skills? Probably both, really. Probably both. Gutted, man. 1-0. Right. There's nothing to come away with it positive, is there? I'm thinking, like, what can we think about to be positive? Can we win an FA Cup? I have my doubts. Did I miss a super chat? Darks, I did. With Haaland, Marmoush, Doku, Savio, KDB, Foden, I think should have defenders focus on defence more and stop defending on them for attack. I like the Spurs setup. You know, when we played Spurs, it felt like we've got a rock solid defence and 4 players that are going to give you nightmares. But it was against the Spurs side that came forward, give you space. They have a high line. Very, very different against this Forest setup today. Totally different. And it kind of was similar to that, except Bernardo Silva instead of Kovacic. But for me, the best team this season was the team I picked in the preview. And I think for the rest of the season, the starting 11, I would argue now, has one change in it. Stefan Ortega is, for me, should be playing between the sticks. And I mean, if you drop him, Pep, now, he's going to spit his dummy out. Edison, I guarantee you, he will spit his dummy out if he drops him. But there's no room for sentimentality, mate. I don't care if he spits his dummy out. If he's that sort of keeper, then maybe don't let it in at your near post. Like that, you know? Rather than let's protect his fucking feelings. No, drop him. He deserves dropping. He has done for numerous games this season. And for me, Nunes, Husanov, always wrong, aren't I? Nunes, Husanov, Diaz, Vardiol. Kovacic, Gonzalez. Marmoush behind Haaland. Savinho on the right and Doku on the left. And I think you can tweak Doku and Savinho, either swap them or arguably play Grealish possibly in certain games. And I think that's the area that can be tweaked a little bit. And I mean, Grealish has hardly been lighting up anything this season. So, I mean, Grealish probably shouldn't even be in the conversation. But Kevin De Bruyne is just not offering enough. Phil Foden, nowhere near good enough. Bernardo Silva is continuously trusted with no real reason to trust him anymore. Like, it's not... The thing is, Bernardo Silva didn't exactly have a terrible game today, by the way. I don't think he was, like, really bad. He just offered nothing. It was, like, no threat going forward. It just looked like a man who was trying but isn't capable of doing it anymore. You know, and... yeah, not good enough. So for me, that's the starting 11 that we should be playing, and we almost did it today. Except it was Bernardo Silva instead of Kovacic, and it was Foden instead of Marmoush. And I think had we started with that, I think we'd have had a different first half. We arguably could have done... Who knows? Who knows? We're just playing the guessing game now, aren't we? But it is killing me, man. Killing me. Right, that's the start of a shit weekend, isn't it? Don't let it spoil your weekend too much, Blues. Take care, and I'll see you. I'll try. Definitely we'll do with the Brighton watch long. It's going to be a bit intermittent this week because I'm doing lots and lots of moving about. I'm trying to get a video done for tomorrow and trying to do a few player ratings because there's going to be some stinking ones, but I'm properly short of time tomorrow and Monday as well. So I'm really, really struggling for time this week. So I'm going to be a bit lackluster in terms of content this week. But once I'm into the temporary house, I'll be a little bit more consistent again. But a couple of months after that, there'll be another period of time where I'm moving out of that house into the permanent house, which is a pain in the arse, to be honest. Proper pain in the arse, but it's got to be done. And then eventually I'll be settled. And next season, it'll be like the same house all the time. No pissing about. But anyway, yeah. Take care, Blues, and I'll see you in the next one.